Episode 3. I need to start by saying that next Thursday, we will not be having a session because it is the rehearsal dinner for my brother's wedding. So I kind of have to go to that.
Probably.
Yeah,
I know.
probably.
Sad, isn't it?
I suppose that makes sense.
Yeah.
What if you just do
sort of
it while you're at the ceremony?
Well, I did take a half day off work, just because I was lazy and I had an extra half day. So if you also want to all take a day off work, we can just play it like a 1 until like 4 or 5. So just to do that, and then that'll be the workaround.
I don't know if that's gonna work for me.
No? Okay,
Yeah,
too
day
bad.
off.
That probably won't work.
Yeah, I know. I did not get today off. We do not recognize black people, I guess.
Oh my god.
You should take that up
Jesus.
with your. Isn't your dad your boss?
No,
Yeah,
I don't
take
work.
it
I don't
with
work for
your
my
dad.
dad. No.
Oh, you don't work for him.
No. Fool.
You should take that up with your boss.
Do you work for the gecko?
The gecko?
No,
No,
he
I
does
can
not
write
work
with the
for the
gecko,
gecko.
though. I don't work for the gecko, no.
I work for the bank.
The bank.
Okay.
I work for a hospital.
The bank
All right,
is for
anyways.
federal holidays.
Enough about that. Curse of Strahd. So it's been a little bit since we last played. We had to take a couple weeks off. Does anybody remember the story so far and what happened last time?
Yeah.
Finished the house,
We did the house.
Yeah, we
That's
did
right.
the murder house.
and the
the
house
death
did
house.
us.
Yes.
Yeah, the gnome almost died about 7 times.
Yeah, I was about to
Yes.
say, it really almost did you.
Yeah, after you all found yourself in this new place and whisked away into this house, which was quickly found to be very haunted and spooky, you went into the basement, where you found traps and monsters abounded. It seems as if there were some mysterious secrets down there. After investigating thoroughly, at the bottom floor, you found a weird rituals going on, and after a lot of arguing and debate, eventually, I don't remember who, but somebody killed them a rat, and they seemed to like that.
I stabbed a rat.
Yes, you stabbed a rat over the altar, and they seemed to like that, and they went back to their business, all the ghostly apparitions, and they let you leave. But on the way out, everyone was like, well, let's do a
Someone.
little more snooping, and then you got in a couple more fights. There were some
There's so
ghouls in the
much
hallway that
stuff there.
popped up. And then Reginald saw a statue of a guy who's holding a big crystal orb. He's like, I want that orb. And he touched the statue, and then a bunch of shadows jumped out and very nearly almost killed everybody. Very close one. But somehow you all made it out
Didn't
alive.
die. Yeah.
Just
Somehow
barely.
Palpatine returned.
Precisely. But you found that once you were left the basement, the house had no more ill will towards you, and let you leave quite easily. So after recuperating in the lounge for a bit, you stepped outside of your the house that you had been cooped up in and all of the horror within, and you found yourselves within the village proper. Adjusting my little camera map here. There we go.
Oh, it's Darkest Dungeon music.
It is. It's good music.
That's a lot of village.
Yes, as you step out, you can see the tall shapes of the surrounding buildings looming out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground underfoot has given way to the slick, wet cobblestones of the village. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness, and no sound cuts the silence of the village, save for a mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance. In these empty, eerie streets, our 5 adventurers from Mako find themselves faced with the most important question of all after escaping from Death House. What now?
So this is the same town, just now the fog is lifted.
Yes, the dense fog which had begun to creep in towards you all has now pulled back somewhat, and although it still lingers around this village, there is now much more room to see, and the village is yours to explore.
Should we check for any, I guess, people? Alive people?
Well, someone is crying over there.
Yeah, we should probably see if we can find someone of authority in this town.
That's a big scary count.
Well, maybe not quite that high up.
Let's see if we
Well-
can find a guard station first.
That works.
Alright, you set yourselves a goal. How will you go about it? The streets are empty. All of the windows are pitch black or boarded shut. And the houses sigh ominously overhead, with not a hint of life in any of them.
Did you say the approximate time of day is right now?
I believe based on the amount of time you took in the house proper, it is actually fairly early morning by this point because you went in later during the day and did some resting in there as well.
Hmm.
Although you cannot see the sun clearly overhead, there is only a brighter portion of the clouded sky overhead, which indicates that perhaps behind the clouds the sun is resting.
I guess we should just wander the streets and see if we see anyone outside.
Should we go towards the crying?
Maybe.
If you would like to head towards the crying, you can, a little wandering around will quickly tell you that it is coming from roughly the center square of town.
Okay. Sure, let's go there.
Mm-hmm. Making your way through the quiet streets, as you walk from a couple of the buildings, you might be able to hear small signs of movement, a latch flicking shut and a chain bolting, shutters opening for a moment as eyes peer at you and then shutting quickly just as fast. But coming towards this central area of town, you can see that there are at least a couple of buildings here which have some more activity. Well, maybe it's not the right word for it for some of them. The buildings are open and have signs of life within. To the south, there is a sort of long building which you can see has a sparse light spilling out from heavy curtains of the window and a creaking sign over the door which reads Bildrath's Mercantile. To the north, there is a single shaft of light which is shining into the main square. The brightness of it like a solid pillar in the heavy fog amidst the dim light of the rest of the buildings here. From above the gaping doorway of this building, a sign precariously hangs askew, proclaiming this building to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern. The crying noise, which has gotten somewhat louder as you've headed closer to this portion of town, seems to be coming from just south of the Mercantile. So this is the Mercantile, and this is the Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Can we see who's crying?
No one's out on the street crying for sure. At least not that you can see from here.
Well, perhaps we should get some drinks. Maybe people will be there to talk to.
Probably populated. Let's go.
All right.
The tavern.
Yeah, you can step into the tavern here. Stepping inside, you can see that the relatively large building for the rest of the village is about 60 feet square in total from the outside. You can see that this tavern, although once it was perhaps finely appointed, has grown shoddy over the years. A blazing fire and a hearth gives a small amount of warmth to the few people who have gathered within. You see that there is a somewhat dour-looking barkeeper with a balding head and a small mustache, polishing glasses mindlessly behind a bar. There's a group of three more tan individuals who are all sitting together in more brightly colored clothing with reds and yellows who are chatting quietly with one another. And there is a blonde-haired individual man who is sort of sitting in the back corner on his own, sharpening a sword. As you all step into the tavern, the man with the blonde hair looks up as you enter and will, after eyeing you for a second, will stand up to greet you as he sips his wine and sets it down. Well, you all certainly cast an interesting group of travelers, no?
Reginald looks around at people around him. Yeah, I suppose we do. And you are?
I am called... No, I am Ismark.
Nice to meet you.
Ismark Indirovich.
Oh, last name too.
Why don't you come sit at my table? I will pay for your drinks.
Oh, well, that sounds pretty nice to me.
He will
I'll go sit at this table to get a drink.
he will somewhat quietly and awkwardly gesture to the table with one of his arms, and then he will step over to the barkeeper and quietly order some drinks for all of you.
Benjiro will... He's not gonna sit down yet. He is observing his surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
He is unsure.
Yeah, there's not many people in here. You see that the three individuals with the colorful clothing are all definitely keeping an eye on you as they're talking to themselves, somewhat warily. The bartender just does not seem to care. When Ismark steps over, he just asks order, and Ismark drops some copper pieces on the table. Yeah, actually, he'll buy a pitcher and bring several glasses. He'll put a silver piece on the table and bring a whole pitcher and several glasses over to the table. You can all sit with Ismark in the corner table if you'd like.
Sure.
Levin will sit down.
I will continue to stand.
Okay.
I'll take a
Sovanna
seat.
will
Mhm.
follow Benjiro's lead.
Okay. The drink which you are poured, although you might expect it at first to be ale, instead you find that it is wine. It is sort of a dark purple reddish wine. Has a very sort of sour and sweet flavor to it.
I'll give it a sniff and a sip and the little tongue thing that wine tasters do.
Mm-hmm.
The tongue thing?
It's not bad.
Yeah, you know.
It's not like it's all right. It's pretty good. It's nothing too impressive, perhaps, but you know, it's okay. Especially for like a free wine that this guy is paying for you, that makes it taste better on its own, as well.
Would it say? Is anything reminiscent of anything we've ever had before?
I mean, there are
Like from where
certain
we come from.
there are certain hallmarks of society in general which remain familiar. The concept of the tavern, the barkeep, things like that. But as far as the architecture, the styles of the clothes that they wear, their demeanors, all of it is somewhat sinisterly foreign.
Ismark, are you from here, or did you get lost in the mists like us?
He will take a small sip from his own wine and swallow it and put his cup back down the table. No, I am from this village. I have lived here my whole life. I am the son of the burgomaster here. In fact, I see by your garb and your items that you are some sort of mercenary by trade, no?
Is burgomaster a common word that...
That word would probably mean nothing to any of you.
Okay, good. I was just checking that wasn't like a
Yeah.
Jonathan didn't know what the word was thing.
Out of character, that is a real word. It is a like basically a mayor for certain European regions, but in game that would mean nothing to any of your characters because it's not a term people use where you're from.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Look, the
Why have
Burgomaster, and all I got was Burger Master.
See, that's what I was thinking. Who's the burger master?
There are no hamburgers in Barovia.
No.
Damn, there is no war in Bossing Say.
What was that word that you just said?
Sorry, the Burgomaster. That is the
What
leader of the
position is
village.
this? Oh,
Yes, he ensures all of the villagers are cared for. Like
Mercenaries.
a chief
I don't know
or
if we
a
would-
duke or something of that nature, if you know those words.
yes. I'm much more familiar with those words. Thank you.
It is my
I
apologies.
don't know if we would all call ourselves mercenaries per se. We're sort of on a assignment from the, I guess, Burgomeister of our village, if you will. But if you need help, I guess that's what we're doing here too.
He will nod. That is good. I have been looking for some who are capable to help me.
We're here to find children. Children taken by werewolves.
Ah, yes. I have heard of the werewolves in my chatter with those from the other villages. I believe we are rather distant from their den here, but perhaps if your travels take you across Barovia, you shall find what you seek one day. But I do have a task that you might help me with in the meantime, if you wish.
There are children on the line here.
If we're even in the same place.
You see his eyes soften perhaps a little bit, but not much. There are many things on the line here. Believe me, I wish to help as many as I can, but I do not know the specifics of these children, but the one I seek to save may be in more imminent danger.
Tell us of your problem.
Yes, it is my sister, Irina. Adopted, but every night for several nights, our house has been visited by servants of our Dark Master, and I do not believe that she will handle much more of this. I am hoping that I might pay you to take her to safety on the far end of Barovia. It sounds like you are going that way anyways to seek out these werewolves.
Dark Master?
Yes.
Is that your dad? He's just the master of the town?
No, I speak of the ruler of Barovia. If you are not familiar with him yet, I believe you shall become quickly acquainted. I
Is
hold
it
my
the
tongue
name of Strahd?
to... you see he sort of shrinks back in his seat a little bit at the mention of the name. I would not speak ill of him in public. He sort of looks around the room quickly. But he is the one who visits, yes. I do not know what it is he seeks from my sister, but I fear that if nothing else, he'll end up taking her life.
I can't promise we would be strong enough to protect her from his men or his forces or anything like that, but she can certainly travel with us if we're headed in the same direction.
I understand. I am hoping that the distance placed will be enough. The fog obscures it at the moment, but when the sun has, as little comes in here, has burned the fog away, you will see his Castle Ravenloft, towering over the village. It is from there that he descends each night. It is only by perhaps his personal whims that he has not visited yet and finished the job, whatever it may be.
What does he want with her?
do not know. His desires are fleeting and ineffable. Perhaps if I were more closely acquainted with the goings of the castle, I might be able to tell you more, but...
Well, can we meet her?
Of course. I can take you to our manse right away if you are willing.
Before we go, do you know what that sobbing sound is south of the general store?
What stern resolution might have been building in his face turns to what looks like a mixture of regret and sorrow once more. That would be the house of Mad Mary. I have tried to speak with her before, but I fear she is inconsolable.
Did you know of the Durst family? Do you know anything about them?
The Dursts? He scratches his chin with his pointer finger for a second. I cannot say that name is ringing any bells. I'm sorry.
Well, if you wouldn't mind bringing us to your home so we can meet your sister, perhaps we can plan how to get out of here and move on with our quest.
Yes, of course. Please follow. He will stand and he'll push his table in. He'll just leave the pitcher on the table. He only went through maybe a little bit of it. And he'll lead you out of the tavern.
I'll quickly down the rest of my wine before I go.
Okay.
Follow about.
As I said, it's serviceable.
It's free. He gave it to us.
Yeah, he bought it for you. You don't down the whole pitcher, right? Just your glass?
No. Just my glass.
Okay,
Just my glass.
Just
Not being
making
greedy.
sure. Just making sure.
He's Ritual's doing a keg stand.
Quick, pick up my feet.
Oh, here, I should put him on the where is he? Here he is. Ta-da! There he is.
Oh my god, it's Liam O'Brien.
Yeah, he's got some
My
real
God.
Chad-like artwork. Actually, I
He's got quite the
can.
chin.
I think he's got a handout I can give to you now as well. Let's see here. Player handouts. Here he is. There he is. Wow.
God, that is Liam O'Brien.
It's pretty close.
That is a chin.
I dig
Jesus.
this art. It's kind of fun though.
Comes the
Mhm.
Crimson Chin.
Ismark will lead you down this southern road further into the village. You'll pass by the Mercantile, and you'll also pass by this house right next to it, which it becomes very apparent is the source of the sobbing you have been hearing. This dark two-story townhouse. But anyways, that's not where you're going right now. He'll continue walking with you down the road in a sort of eerie silence and take you to this house on the southernmost portion of town, where you see a weary-looking mansion squatting behind a rusting iron fence. You can see that the iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the walls, the growth has been tramped down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish of the walls, and great black marks tell of the fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. Instead, all the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with stains of evil omen. If you'd like, you can look around some here on the outside.
Damn, Ismark, you live like this?
It is the handiwork of what I have told you of before.
Yeah, what do we got going on around here?
If
What-
you'd like to take a look and survey the grounds, you may make a perception check.
Perception.
I am not good at perception, but I like making checks.
11. Fairly
Nah, I'm not
easily to
looking
tell
around.
with some looking, you can see the trampled weeds all around the mansion and along the entirety of its perimeter, as well as scores of wolf paw prints and human footprints.
Oh man, so they're going very vampire with.
I brought you cake.
Okay, let's see. Say I brought you
Ismark.
cake?
Oop.
What? Oh, sorry. Nick is
Did you
wandering.
say I brought you cake?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought I was like, where'd you get the cake from? What's happening? Okay. All right, sorry, Peter. I just.
Sorry.
Okay. Ismark will give a knock on the door, a specific sounding knock. And a moment later, you can hear a woman's voice come from inside of the house. Ismark, is that you? Ismark will reply, yes, it is me, and I have found some travelers who are willing to take you away. A moment later, you'll hear the sound of several chains and locks being moved out of place, and the door will open. The woman who opens the door does not bear a familial resemblance to Ismark, as he had said, it is an adopted sister. Instead, she has fairly vibrant auburn-colored hair, which is something you have not seen yet of any of the scant few villagers you have seen within Barovia here. She has some fairly simple armor on, and you see has some weapons at her side as well. Is definitely prepared for the worst here. She will quickly gesture for all of you to come inside, with Ismark stepping in first. Quick! Step inside.
Yeah.
In we go.
You can step inside. You see that the interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show signs of great wear. Noticeable oddities are the boarded up windows and the presence of holy symbols in every room. You can see that the burgomaster himself is in a side drawing room on the floor, lying in a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers and a faint odor of decay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Wait, say he's in a coffin?
Yes, he's dead.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
We were right to ask you live like this. This is
Ismark, I think you might have left out a detail about your father.
I did not want to speak it in public. We have not informed the villagers yet, but the burgomaster, well, you can see for yourself.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Arima will speak. He was not struck down by the beasts, but I believe his heart could not take the pressure of the attacks. And, well, no one has been brave enough to help us bury him yet. They do not wish to incur
Levin's
the
gonna
wrath
look
of the Strahd.
excited.
Irina will
That's my job.
catch your excitement and give you a quizzical, eyebrow-raised look.
If you let me, I will assist.
I would hope so. I do not want to leave the village until he is put to rest. I will not leave him here to rot.
Yes,
So-
we can help.
Would be
If
good.
I
wants
know
us to get
anything-
you- Ooh,
Oh,
what
I'm
do
so
you know?
sorry.
Ooh, what do you know? No,
If I
I'm-
know anything, which isn't much, I believe Levin is the perfect person for the job.
Yes, if you would help
Right.
Ismark take Polian to the cemetery to be interred, then I will go with you.
So, what you're saying is that Ismark wants us to take you out of the town, but you won't leave the town until we put this body into the ground.
Yes, that is correct.
Ah,
Ismark will sort of roll his shoulders and look down and go, "We should bury my father. I believe that your safety is more important, Irina, but we can take care of this before we leave." If you all would not mind helping me to carry the coffin, it is too much for me on my own. And I dare not to let Arina help me carry it, lest she face the wrath of the public.
Can I?
Public?
Sorry.
She
it's
is
okay.
the object of of Strahd's desire.
To the publicator?
Indeed. Not only do they
Right.
view her as drawing the
see.
Strahd and his servants to our town, but... Well, it is said that those with hair the color of hers suffer a poor fate here within Barovia. In that way, she is doubly cursed. It is just superstition, says Arina. My fate is in my own hands. And I would sooner
Sorry
die
about
than
that.
let that devil take me.
Levin, what were you about to say?
Levin is next to the coffin. Levin has walked up to the coffin. Can
Ismark
he
will-
inspect?
Yeah, you can take
The
a
body.
look, sure. You can make a medicine check, or since it has to do with your religious work, you can make a religion check if you want to examine the body.
Damn.
Oh,
I
womp
guess
womp.
can I help? I'm trained in medicine.
Sure. If you'd like to
I
help,
have one.
then you can use that 13 instead.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll come up and help Levin out a little bit.
The environment here is strange. You're used to a different sort of region when you're examining the bodies, as in your line of work. It's much colder and less humid here so far, and that has affected how the body is decaying. So you're having some difficulties gleaning any specific information from it until Benjiro, who is a little more traveled than you are, comes in with some additional insights. With the two of you working together, you can figure that indeed, as was said, he does not seem to have any fatal injuries on him, although you can see that there are perhaps some minor scratches and rends, but nothing that would have resulted in his death. Additionally, judging by the state of decay and the condition of the body, he seems to have been dead for maybe 3 days or so.
3 days. Maybe he'll just get back up. Sorry.
I certainly hope not.
If he does, I might have to put him down again. Okay. Well, let's get this over with. Let's go give him a fair funeral.
Elco, I know you're quite strong. Do you think you could help this coffin?
Yes.
Or help? What's his name? Ismir.
Ismark.
Ismark.
Ismark. Yeah, I'll carry the one side of the coffin.
The two of you together are able to pick up the coffin. If you'd like Ismark to escort you to the churchyard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here, I'll put Irina down too.
To the churchyard.
Bam.
Hey, Queen.
Oh, I
And
found
I
this
know
house.
there's a
Where'd he go?
handout for Irina. Give me 1 second. Here it is.
Probably just the Darkest Dungeon music, but I feel like these arts actually kind of fit Darkest Dungeon too. She's got a sword. What the heck?
I told you she was
She's like
armed.
armored
Bad as
up.
hell.
Yeah, she's being attacked
She's
by
awesome.
vampire ghouls and stuff, dude. I told you she was armed and ready to go. Anyways.
The one issue I've always
Damn.
had with this art is that her hair isn't red enough to me.
Yeah, it's described as auburn, which is closer to that, but I don't think she's supposed to be like a
Kinda see
ginger.
it.
It's like a
She
little
looks
red.
dope, though.
Anyways, Irina will stay within the house. You can hear the locks being shut once more as you leave, and Ismark will lead you down the center street once more.
Also, I remember you saying, Peter, that everyone in this looked evil. These people don't look evil.
Oh, let me share with you the general Barovian art then. Literally just the default art for Barovians in general. Here you go.
Oh,
They look so happy to meet us.
Look at that little kid in the bottom.
I know, with the like the skull thing.
With like a mace
Damn.
over his shoulder.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, fair enough.
Some
yeah,
of the art,
they
no,
all
but
look
a
really-
lot of the art is like that. Even though, like, those are just supposed to be people. Like, those are just dudes. Anyways.
This is essentially like what it looked like whenever I drove through Harrison, Arkansas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the people staring. You can see as you move through the town with the coffin, a few of the houses, you can see darts of movement from within as people stare through the windows at the sort of impromptu funeral procession which is walking through town. Eventually, you'll pass up this road and you arrive at the church, which I have a full map for. Shaboom. It's probably pitch black. Apologies.
I can't see.
Dark
yeah,
in
I should
here.
have put you down first. It is very dark at the church. Elco, Benjiro, Levin, Reginald, Sovanna. There you go. And we'll throw in an Eastmark too. I don't want a handout. I want the guy. There we go. There he is. Atop a slight rise, against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft overhead, stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. As you approach the church doors, you can see that the heavy doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire.
Wow.
Ismark will go to the door and will say, Father Donovich should be inside. He will be able to direct us to the appointed plot. He will open up the doors to the church.
sorry. I don't mean to laugh at that man's appearance.
Hey.
At the top.
Be nice to him.
Did we
There
There
he
even
is.
see him yet. Did we technically Oh, hello. Did we technically have a long rest after the house, or we
I think you
ride
just
in-
took a short rest.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, no bag of holding for me yet.
I don't remember. You can all walk into
I don't
the
just have a
interior of
short
the
rest
church.
'cause I
Yeah,
don't
I
have
don't
any
think we
spell
did.
slots.
I don't remember.
I trust you.
It should be okay either way.
What happened in here?
You can see that the chapel is a shambles with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles mounted in candlesticks and candelabras light every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of shadows. At the far end of the church sits a cloth-scarred altar, behind which kneels a priest in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up into the bell tower. As you step in, from beneath the chapel floor, you hear a young man's voice cry out, "Father, I'm starving!"
Huh.
As you all step in to the room proper, although he did not react to the voice calling out, he does look up as you all enter. There is a rather larger man with graying black hair, which he has combed back, presumably the Father Donovich. He sets down some prayer tools. He's got at his side a small booklet and some prayer rings, and will step over to speak to you. Hello, travelers. What can... Oh, and then he will notice the coffin which you bear, which you can probably set down on the floor. He'll step over to the corpse of the burgomaster, and will say a small prayer over him. May you find rest in these endless nights, burgomaster.
This church, the religious imagery, do we recognize any of it?
You can make a religion check if you'd like.
Someone else should do that because I'm bad at religion checks.
Oh my god. Sorry. Kitten, launch yourself off my chair.
Oops.
Oh.
She's insane.
Are you okay, kitten?
21. You can
21.
recognize that the holy symbol, as well as those on the vestments of Donovich himself, all bear a very subtle iconography, which is of a sun of some sort. That alone would input several different possible religions into your head. There are many figures associated with the sun. There's obviously the Celestial Empire's own emperor, who is strongly associated with the sun. You also know that figures like Ordune and Faroth are sometimes associated with the sun as well, although none of the matchings here seem to specifically line up with anything that you would know of by this point. But definitely a sun theming, for sure. Donovich will turn to look at you all as you step in. I hate to impose, but we should bury the good burgomaster right away, so that he might rest well and truly. Could I ask you all to assist me in the burial?
Of course.
We have
Are
someone
we not
very
going to
excited
say
to help.
anything about that voice from underneath the floorboards? Did no one else hear that?
He
I heard it.
Donovich will say, yes, that is my son.
Is
Yeah,
there
right.
a reason that you've trapped your son downstairs?
My son. It is a story. Just over a year ago, he and several of the other villagers here of Barovia were incited to action by a black-robed wizard who arrived in Barovia. Much like yourselves, he says, gesturing to your unique-looking apparel for the region. Although I was not there myself to see what happened, those who did return said that those who did not come back, including the wizard and my son, fell by Strahd's hand. The only difference was that while the wizard was never seen again, my son returned, but he has been cursed by Strahd, and now I keep him in the Undercroft for his own safety and the safety of others.
Seems like you in this town have been through quite a lot.
He doesn't say anything in response, but he lowers his head, and you can see that his eyes are full of a knowing.
Well, Levin, shall we proceed with the funeral?
Yes. Yes, of course.
I'll pick up the coffin again.
Okay. Donovich will silently move past you all and out to a separate section of the churchyard, which I don't have a map for. There is a plot out back where you can see that there are various gravestones with special adornment for prior burgomasters. He says, I'll have to see if I can commission a headstone from Valaki, but for now, the plot and a simple memorial cross will have to serve well enough. He will designate the spot on the ground and will go out to a small service shed and come back with several shovels. Who would like to help dig the hole?
Sure.
Levin will, yeah.
Sure. It'll go faster the more people that help.
I will also help. Me and my 8 strength.
Okay. It will probably take you most of the rest of the day by this point to dig the hole, but that is for the best, for we bury our fallen at dawn. for that is when the Morning Lord's little influence, what remains, might be made strongest. Thank you truly for your help. I must return to your prayers, but please, the temple is open to you should you need anything or find yourselves in need of respite in these dark times. Ismark will kind of sigh to himself and will also take a shovel and will start digging the hole.
All right.
So is anyone not digging the hole? I feel like it's definitely someone
Me!
is. You. Yeah. What are you doing instead?
I'm taking notes.
Okay.
On?
I got paper somewhere. What do I got here? Yeah, I got a quill. I got a bottle of ink.
I meant more like what
what
sort of notes
am
are you taking?
Oh.
What is the purpose?
Yeah.
I'm writing down the things that we've learned about Barovia so far, as well as a bit about the house and just the different things that people are saying in the count. Just keeping track of what's going on, you know.
Yes, it is several hours of grueling work. As it is the colder seasons here.
Several hours?
Yes.
Then I'm also going to be tinkering with some of my stuff for later. Yeah.
Okay, yes.
You see me like, I got like a rope. I'm like hitting it with a hammer. Yeah.
Hitting a rope with a hammer. Okay.
It'll come up later. Don't worry about
it. Okay. So while Reginald is goofing off, the rest of you are doing hard labor.
Not goofing off.
The ground here, as I said, it is a colder climate here, so the ground is, you can tell, beginning to sort of freeze up. It's very hard, and the wet has not softened it any from the moisture in the air, so it is a lot of efforts to get a little bit of work done. Just as the priest said, you do spend pretty much the rest of the day just digging the hole wide and deep enough so that the body and the coffin will fit inside of it. The coffin with the body is left inside of the church for the time being. But after that is done, the sun has as low... What am I saying? As hard to see as it was before, you could tell that it has slipped away truly beyond the horizon, and that night has begun to settle upon the village. You're left with the question of where you will stay the night.
Ismark, do you recommend that we sleep in the tavern, or is there anywhere else where we can spend the night?
The tavern does not have rooms. I believe that Donovich opened the chapel to you if you wish to stay there. If you also wish, you might stay with me and Irina in the old burgomaster's mansion. We do not have any fittings or furnishings for you, but the walls will provide safety.
I feel like if we are tasked with protecting your sister, we should probably get started on that now.
Yes.
More people to take watch during the night if we spend the night there.
We have not been attacked since the burgomaster died, but there is no telling how long this respite will last. Thank you. Yeah, so if you like, you can all go to the burgomaster's mansion again if you wish.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I do wish.
Sounds good.
Stop hitting my rope with a hammer.
Shaboinkus.
It's important. Don't laugh at me.
And we can flat rope.
Whenever they get
Stack them
there,
on top of each other.
Levin will ask, "What's his name?"
Ismark?
Ismark.
Ismark, yeah. Ismark, what was his father's name?
My father's
burgomaster.
name was Kolyan Indirovich.
Okay. Whenever they get settled down, Levin's gonna take the scroll case off his back and with a piece of parchment and write the burgomaster's name down.
I want to say his name wrong. His name is Ismark Kolyanovich, and his father was Kolyan Indirovich.
Wild.
They have a paternal naming
wild
tradition.
names.
The two siblings have rooms on the upper floors where they will lock themselves up for the night, but they will leave you to the lower floors. You will have the place to yourselves if you want to set up a pseudo camp amidst the tarnished furnishings and things here. And if you wish, you may also take watches.
Sure.
If you'd like to take a watch, you can just throw a perception check in the old chat box over there, and we'll take them in order.
I'm strong and brave. I can do this. No, I can't.
Levin takes the first watch and is fairly attentive as the reminder of their duties has spurred them into action and heightened their senses for the time being. Elco takes next and does an admirable enough job. Sovanna is third, and you might find yourself distracted by the strange place in which you have found yourself. The niceties of this house, although tarnished by time, are something that you yourself would be unfamiliar with. Not to mention, the atmosphere here has you constantly casting your gaze across the room, looking for perceived movements in the shadows, but never finding anything. At the end of your time to watch, Benjiro will take over. And you also will find no trouble befalls you on this night. You may all gain the benefits of a long rest. And a new day
Incredible.
shall begin. Ismark will come down the stairs and awaken you all. The sun shall be... I'm getting the wrong word. The sun shall be rising soon. We had best be heading to the church for the burial.
Let's go.
Yep.
Do you
She
know
will-
how do you guys track your days? Is your calendar similar?
We count our days by the moons here. I believe that we are on our 7th moon currently. No, it is our 9th. Yeah, it would be their 9th moon. And we are about, I believe we do not count the days one by one, as you might in most times. The passage of the moons is enough for us. But I believe we are about 3/4 through the current moon, as the moon is shrinking once again into the new moon. Does that make
Good
sense to
to know.
you?
I don't know if I followed all the moons.
There's a lot of moon thing.
Yeah, that was a lot of moons.
The moon
So you mean
goes
it's like the
from
ninth
new
month?
to full and then new again. That is one moon. We count our
New, full,
years
new.
in 13 moons at a time.
Okay.
So it's
We are currently 3/4
out of
through the 9th moon. We do not count the days because, well, we do not have reason to.
You follow a lot of moon stuff for a church with a bunch of sun iconography.
Well, when he looks to the sky, the sun does not shine here, as you may have noticed. Only the moon remains visible. And as you look up, you can also see that, as we talked about, the fog has in fact burned away some, and you can see that there is in fact a very large castle looming over the entirety of the village. Its twin spires jut into the sky like teeth, and it looks like the thing on the front page, like that. Although you would actually, that's the front of the castle, you would actually have a view of the back of the castle from here. Yeah, and it is directly above the church. Up, I think, 1,000 foot of cliff.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Huh. So that's what we need to get Irina away from, right?
Yes. You can understand why I think it would be best to have her moved. Hopefully, the Strahd will lose interest once she is far away. You can all head
Is it
back
time to
into
set
the
out?
church. Yeah, you've been traveling to the
that's right,
church
we
this
have
whole
to bury
time.
the body.
Yeah, you head into the church. Some more of you can help Ismar pick up the body. Donovich will lead you all out. You can hear that cry from the basement again. Why? As you all head back around to the cemetery, trying your best to ignore it. Back at the cemetery, the coffin is laid next to the hole, and Donovich says a few words. May the morning lord's light find you in this dark place, and may your soul find a place in his eternal dawn. May the darkness never touch you again, Burgomaster. I can't remember what his perception scores are.
I think mine's
Passively?
9.
Yeah,
11.
they're on the tokens.
Mine
Actually,
11.
I can look at the tokens if I go to a page with the tokens on it. Give me a second.
Mine's 12.
Yes, it is. Levin, you have the highest one. Wow. As you're
so
all
deceptive.
as you're all listening to this impromptu service, and you're helping lower the body into the ground, Levin, you catch sight just barely of a figure standing not close by, someone by the fence which surrounds the exterior of this graveyard you currently find yourself in. Sort of their general shape obscured by a foggy mist which has crept around the edge of the churchyard space here. But someone who is just standing at the edge of the fence and apparently watching this funeral service happen.
Is it
Levin will
Spider-Man?
take Spider-Man. Levin will take note, but
Mm-hmm.
he will not say anything
Mm-hmm.
until priest. What's the guy? What's his name?
Donovich.
Donovich. Until Donovich has stopped speaking, he's gonna
Mhm.
politely ask, "Do you have anybody else that works the graveyard?"
Once the service is complete and the body's in the ground, a few of your companions and Ismark can help start shoveling dirt back onto the body. You can ask your question, he'll go, "No, it is just me here since Doru." Yeah. His face turns sad again.
Is the figure still there?
You turn to look and they are gone as if they were never there in the first place.
Levin is gonna take that information and nod, but he's not
Okay.
gonna say anything else.
Alright, you keep your mouth shut. Donovich will step up to Ismark. Flip. And then we'll say, "I trust that you are planning to take Irina away from this place." And Ismark will say, "Yes. These are travelers who are going to help take her to safety. I hope that they will take her to, keep her in the name, Valaki. And that she'll be safe there."
Blacky, okay.
Donovich will nod and go, "Valaki's walls fortified may be enough, but I would take Irina further to the Abbey of Saint Markovia in Kresk. It is on the other end of the entirety of the country by the mists. But that failing, Valaki would be better than here."
The Abbey of the what?
The Abbey of Saint Markovia.
Ah, the Abbey of St. Covia.
Spelled like that. Ismark will nod and go, "Either would be alright with me. I just want her out from under that damned castle."
All right, got that written down.
Well, now that Polion is buried, he bows his head for a moment. Would you all be willing to leave town at once to begin your travels?
Yes, I am, at least.
Alright. If you have any more business in town, tend to it. And, I will wait for you at the mansion if you have more business to attend to, but... we'll see. And with that, the very small funeral session will disperse. Ismark will go back to the mansion, Donovich will go back to the church, and you can do whatever you like.
Could
What
we?
business do we have to attend?
I'm worried
You don't
about.
have
Besides the
any.
children.
Well, I'm worried about that man's child, the one he has locked away.
There's also the lady that was crying. They call her Mad Mary.
While we're huddled, Levin is gonna be like, during the service, there was someone watching us from the fence.
Oh, brilliant.
I couldn't quite tell. Too dark. But someone was there.
Perhaps it was a civilian just
I
passing
hope
by.
so.
I don't know if we should bother this man's son, but if you think that we should, I guess we can go check. He seems to have things under control.
If he said he was cursed by Strahd, maybe he's been turned into the same creatures that have been attacking. The screams could just be to lure him down.
Yes, but living with someone cursed and having to hear that every day, wouldn't that drive a man crazy?
Well,
Better knowing that his son is dead. It is a reminder that he is still here.
it is his choice to make, and I think he's already made it.
I suppose you're
Is
right.
it the right one?
Well, that's not for us to say, is it?
I
Suppose
think
not.
Elco is right.
How people grieve is up to them. May not be the correct choice.
I just dislike the idea of a soul being forced to stay upon a body it doesn't want to stay in.
I think whatever was left, human in that boy is gone.
This is giving me the shivers. I guess we can either put him out of his misery or just head out of town.
I would rather not incur the ire of the townspeople, at least by the church, of doing something like that.
Perhaps we should just move on then.
I have a
Oh.
feeling that we are already incurring their ire by helping this woman.
Would you like to check for something at the general store? Maybe stock up on supplies? I
Yes, we
have-
should do that.
Some gold I could exchange.
Yes, here's to hoping they use the same currency as us.
I find
Let's
out they use
go.
burgers.
Let's
Mhm.
go,
So he's the Burgermeister.
let's go
Alright.
to the mercantile for now.
Sure. You can all head down into town and head towards the mercantile. As you walk through the streets of the city, you hear the sounds of small wooden wheels rolling along damp cobbles. You trace the lonely sound to a hunched figure bundled in rags who is pushing a rickety wooden cart through the fog.
What's in the cart?
Looking closely, you can see that it is apparently lined with hand-shaped hand pies, like European style, you know. And the cart has them at an angle, they're sort of visible from one side.
Sorry, I might have misheard. Did you say hand-shaped?
Yeah, like hand pies, like you know what I'm talking about, right? Like London
So
pies.
you use your hands. You use your hands to shape them. Hand
Yeah.
shaped.
Okay. Thank
Not
you.
that they
That's
are
what I
shaped
needed.
like
like a
a hand.
hand.
Yeah, no, they're
Thank
not
you.
hand
That's-
shaped. No, I'll post a.
That's what I
frickin-
needed.
They're like those type of they're not like a pie like an apple pie. They're like those the vegetable and meat stuff pies that like Englanders
yes.
very simple.
Like
That
an,
sort.
like an
Yes.
empanada.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
They're hand baked.
Or,
They're hand shaped and they're baked.
Oh,
Yes.
shoot. They have a name too. We had some at the Ren Fair actually. One of the ones we went to at least.
London Calling has them. Yeah, the food truck. They're very common.
No, yeah.
I've
Thank
had a
you
hand
for
pie before.
understanding me, Cass, because that was
Yeah.
what I was.
Yeah, no, I got you.
It's like an empanada, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, I'm also a dumbass, so sometimes I also need help.
It's like hand shaped.
No,
Look,
shaped
it's,
by hand.
it's a gothic setting. I thought I was like, this guy's
No.
walking over the cart full of hands.
That's a valid question.
Aren't they called like pasties?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
it. That is
that's it.
Yes, that is.
Pasty.
Yeah.
Not pasties, because pasties are.
Because I was gonna say because it's
Something
gonna
else.
look
Yeah, I
like
was thinking
pasties and then
pasties.
something else.
Yeah, you
Okay,
can see
alright.
that the
You gotta watch
cart.
pies.
Looking at the cart for a bit, you can see that she goes up to a door and knocks on it. There's this old woman with her hair all done up in like a big bun. She goes to a door and knocks on it, and she waits for about 10 seconds. And then when no one goes to the door, she goes to the next house and she knocks on the door and she waits for another 10 seconds. And then she goes to the next house, and this continues.
Does it seem like people are avoiding opening the door? Like, can we see anyone like peeking out and then like choosing
It
not
just
to open?
seems like a lot of these houses are just abandoned. And then she doesn't know which houses are currently abandoned, which houses are not, so she's just trying every house. You do see that occasionally, yeah, when she knocks on the door, an answer will come. And when someone does open the door, you can hear her go, "Would you like some dream pasties?" And they'll talk and they'll haggle with each other. And eventually, sometimes they'll buy one and they'll hand her a coin, a golden coin, noteworthy. Sometimes they don't, and she just moves on to the next house.
Okay.
Eventually she
Mercantile.
rounds a corner if you're just hanging out, and she goes out of sight. But you can check out the mercantile for sure. Let me flip my book. You can see that this establishment is a fairly large building. It's 70 feet long and 40 feet wide. There's a bald human man who is running this store from behind a counter. You see he's got all sorts of items for sale here. There's food. There's also plenty of adventuring gear here as well, ropes and weapons and things as well.
Does he have any like spell components, maybe?
Depending on the
Probably
spell
too poor for
component, he might, yes.
I'm probably too poor for any of it. That's okay. Let me check what spells I have. Yeah, I'm too poor right now. Boo. Eventually.
You're welcome, you all should come in. More travelers. Take a look and see if anything catches your eye.
Oh shoot! I forgot to identify these spell scrolls. That's okay. This orb from AB 31.
Mm-hmm.
Can I show this to the mercantile? Be like, how much will this get me?
He'll eye it over. I might be able to sell this to the Vistani. I'd give you... What area you say it was from?
Said AB 31.
31. There it is. I'd give you 25 gold pieces for it. I bet Aragorn would like this for his collection.
Let's see. Let me just make sure that I am reading this right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do it. 25 gold, I'll take it.
All right. He will look at your gold pieces and sort of that's a new one, and he'll put them in a small shelf behind his. No, wait, no, he's paying you. Never mind. He will count out
He's
25
paying
gold
me.
pieces. Yeah, he will give you 25 gold pieces, which are stamped on one side with with a symbol you've seen before. It's in the
Oh,
handouts.
the one on the letter?
This one, yes, the one on the letter. And on the other side, they have the half profile of a stoic-looking man with long hair. But they are gold
Jimmy.
pieces, the same as yours.
Does he have any glass vials by any chance?
Let me look. Yes, he does.
Can he? I'm gonna buy a couple.
You want the vials? Sure, they're 10 gold pieces each.
No, never mind. I only have 5 gold pieces. It's
He'll
fine.
sort of smirk and shrug to himself.
We could try to haggle a little. If we
He's gonna
wanted
turn
to.
around and whisper, "Does it look like I know how to haggle?"
I don't haggle. If you want it badly enough, you'll pay for it.
He's gonna wave a hand and be like, "I guess I'll make the components for my spell the old-fashioned way."
I suppose you will.
I don't know what I would need.
If you anything from the adventuring gear section of the book, you could find here. As
Do you
long
all
as
have
it's not
rations
too
and
expensive.
Stuff.
He does have rations here if you'd like them.
Does
I don't
everyone
even
else
know.
have rations?
I have a couple, but it'd probably be good to grab more.
I have 8 after 2 nights.
I have
Okay.
2.
I'll buy 10 gold worth of rations. Which I
All right,
think
you
is
you can
20.
pull up some rations. You see that it's just appears to be some dried strips of meat and some harbor. He goes, sure, those will be 5 gold apiece.
Well, I don't know about that.
Sir, I feel like you're very much overcharging a lot of this. You realize you don't get that many customers, right?
You're free to go somewhere
Wait.
else.
Is the you said they gave gold to the pie person?
Yeah, you saw the glints of specifically gold from one of the exchanges that happened.
Oh. I wonder if their currency here is maybe not the same as where we're
You
from.
do remember that when Ismark bought you that
But
pitcher the other day,
That guy paid with
he paid
copper.
he used a
right?
silver to buy a whole pitcher of wine.
Yeah, no, this guy is definitely scamming us with these prices.
Yeah, as you well know, the land of Maho uses real-life U.S. dollars.
He'll sort of gut laugh. If you could find someone else in town who sells it cheaper, I'll gladly match their price.
Fine, I'll buy 2 rations, please.
All right, you'll give him 10 gold for 2 rations.
Guess so. I don't want to starve.
There you are.
Can I
May
go
it
and find
sustain
the
you
pie
in the
lady?
dark. I'm sorry, what was that?
Can I go and find the pie lady?
Yeah, you can go find the pie lady.
Alright, Levin's gonna wander off and find
Okay.
the pie lady.
Levin turns around and leaves. What about the rest of you?
I'm trying to decide if I want to intimidate this dude or not.
I got the 25 gold, so I'm doing good.
I'm outside.
There you go.
Where'd the pie lady go?
You can track her down
Oh,
eventually.
all the way.
She did round a corner, so like she's like not in the main square anymore.
I want a pie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of.
He wants that pie real bad.
You're thinking really hard over there.
I try. I don't. I really just want to be rude, but I shouldn't be rude.
Please don't get us in trouble.
No, I won't. So you realize there is someone traveling around here selling delicious-looking pies for only 1 gold apiece, right?
Oh, you mean Morgantha? Yes, her pies are quite excellent.
Yes, we could just stock up on those and give her all of our gold, unless.
Well,
you
those
want our
don't
gold,
stay
of
as
course.
long as rations. They are different. You do know the difference between the hand pie and the ration, yes?
Yes, I do.
Then you understand the price difference. Good, I'm glad we understand each other. If there's anything any rest of you want to buy, just let me know. Otherwise, have a good day.
Vada just kind of leans over to Benjiro. Are we gonna kill this guy? We don't have to or anything. I mean, I know it's okay. Yeah, so true, so true.
Scare the shit out of him though if we want to.
Oh yeah, that does sound pretty funny.
We should probably leave.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to be part of that. So I better go find Levin.
So I'm going to take some of your rations, and you're not going to do shit about it.
I'm gonna leave and go find Levin.
Oh,
This is the paladin, by the way.
he'll call out, Periwimple, Periwimple. And a few moments later, this like 6'5" hulking behemoth of a man comes down a set of stairs. Yes, father. He says, Periwimple, these gentlemen here, they are concerned about their prices. And
only
Periwimple says,
6'5"? Wow, that's so tall.
You see that he is
I'm 6'3".
through his tunic, he is bursting with muscles. Like he is
What's he look like?
comically ripped.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's no good. Prices are good.
I don't believe the
Periwimple,
prices are
please make
good.
sure they pay. Okay. Periwimple will look at you and squat down a little bit to look you in the eyes a little better.
I
Are
am
you gonna
literally
pay?
6'3".
Yeah, he still has to hunt down a little bit.
That's barely anything. That's only 2 inches.
Are you gonna pay, mister?
So
I
what,
will
is
if your father gives us better prices.
this Periwinkle?
Prices aren't changing, Periwimple. Prices aren't changing, mister.
And why not?
Cause he said so.
Do you listen to everything your father says?
Yes,
And why is that?
cause he's a good man.
It seems like he's scamming people around here.
Aw.
I don't think so. Are you gonna
You
pay,
look at this little
mister?
piece of... Oh.
I like these two. They're funny.
What are you gonna do if I
Savannah's just
don't?
having to look like straight up at both of them, and she just keeps
Oh.
going back and forth as
He
they're
sort
talking
of
to each
he
other.
sort of looks up to the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper says, "If they don't pay, punch their lights out." And he goes, "If you don't pay, I'll punch your lights out."
Okay. I can handle myself. You can certainly try.
Okay, he's gonna throw a punch at you.
Well,
Give me a
Uh-oh.
second to pull up Periwimple's stats here.
Did Levin find the pie lady?
Okay, let me turn on my rolled self really quick. I have to obscure the stats. Okay. Does a 21 hit you?
ooh.
Yeah.
All right, you take 8 bludgeoning damage. You need to make a strength saving throw.
Saving throw.
5. All right.
Oh no.
Periwinkle sort of goes okay, and then before you can react, he's wound back his fist and punches you square in the stomach. You feel all the wind get knocked out of you as you get knocked off your feet back into a shelf, and all this contents on it, and you go sort of splattering across the floor as you're on the ground heaving for your breath afterwards.
Okay, Periwinkle, that fucking hurts.
Are you gonna pay, mister?
You know what? Fuck this. I'm casting command on Periwinkle.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Whoa.
I want him to grovel.
Okay.
record, just
And
in case it
what's
wasn't
the
heard.
save?
Reginald left to go
Yeah,
find Levin.
you left. Okay, sounds good.
Good.
Wisdom save.
Just making sure he was out.
Okay. All right. Periwinkle will go down on his hands and knees and will grovel for a moment, and then he'll 6 seconds later will pass. You want to do anything on your before he gets back up or anything?
Yeah, I'm going to put a foot on his back and tell his father unless he wants me to fucking kill his son, he's going to give us a better price.
The father will.
Jeepers.
I like to see you try. Pound him, Periwinkle. Periwinkle will sort of get back up. We're like, why am I on the ground? He's gonna stand up and he's gonna multi-attack you. He's gonna hit you 3 times this time. What's your AC?
17.
Okay,
Oh,
all
God.
3 hit. You'll take 11 and then 9 and then 10 bludgeoning damage for 30 total.
Oh no.
I think Elco would have put his hand on his sword hilt when
Mhm.
the first hit goes through. And
Yeah.
then when the third hit goes through, he's just gonna put that back in his pocket.
So how many hit points do you have left
Say,
there?
put the sword back. Yeah.
Like, no, I'm good.
Well, yeah, I get knocked out.
Okay, yeah. So Periwinkle throws an uppercut from the floor into your jaw, knocking you up a little bit, and then he takes both of his hands and he claps them across both sides of your head, and you hear the ringing in your ears, and the last thing you hear is him going, "Mister," and then you fall over on the ground.
Damn.
That's amazing.
The shopkeeper will come over and he'll take the rations out of your unconscious hands and put them back on the shelf. Periwinkle, could you throw that guy out? And Fermo goes, okay. And your unconscious body will be set up outside the shop.
Damn.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
I always wanted to do that my first run, but I never did it. I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
the
I
rest of
never
you-
did it before.
The rest of you want anything?
I
Sovanna
think
is
I'm
just gonna.
good.
Savannah's gonna follow Benjiro's unconscious body, turn around, make a jerking off gesture, and then leave.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Elco, do you
There's a
want
bunch
to do
of
anything?
Psychopaths.
Levin is on his way back with the pies. 5 pies. He has 5.
I'll do your scene. I'm gonna do your scene a little bit. Don't worry. I just want to get this out of the way first.
I'll slap my last gold piece on the counter and say, sorry about the mess, and I'll walk out.
I like that one, Periwinkle. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I like him too. Okay. Good
Oh,
job. You
man.
got your ass beat by Periwinkle.
Hell yeah.
Does Periwinkle have a
character.
hand though?
I don't think he does, unfortunately.
Oh, that sucks.
No,
He looks
he's,
like
using,
Brawl.
he's using the default stat block, which is very much not what he looks like. Anyways,
Brawl from League of Legends.
okay. Meanwhile, while you are getting your ass beat by Periwinkle, Levin, you've gone down the street, and you're able to flag down this lady selling pies just as she's about to knock on another door.
Yeah.
Let me flip you my page really quick.
I need 5 of those pies, ma'am.
Oops, I just closed my webpage. I didn't want to do that. No. I'm gonna reopen it. Whatever.
I wanted to have so Levin can walk up would be like, guys, I got food, and then Benji's unconscious outside of the store.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, oh man, what I
I'm
missed.
gonna not share this handout with you yet because it's one of the scary looking ones. I'll share it with you when you're done though, because then you can't be biased by it. Hee. Okay, so you go up to this lady who's selling the pies. And you catch her before she opens this next door. She'll turn around and she'll go, "Oh, hello there. Ah. And, what can I do for you? Would you like a hand pie, freshly made today? Dream pies, dream pasties."
He's gonna inspect them.
Yeah, you can look them over. They do certainly appear to be hand pies. 1 gold is a pretty expensive hand pie, though.
Yeah. He eats it and dies.
We've got all sorts of flavors and makes of them, but they all share the same properties. We've got vegetarian options. We've got pork and salt. I've got some special ingredients from the vineyard that we use to make some grape infused ones. I quite like how those turned out. Fruit pies.
Share the same properties? Well,
That is what she said.
Has Reginald made it over here yet?
I don't think so.
No, probably not.
No. Yeah.
This is happening while Benji's getting his ass beat.
Yes.
In the distance, I hear
You hear one
Taco
thud
Bell
in the distance.
sound.
Taco Bell sound.
Boom.
Ignore that. You said properties?
Oh yes, these pies are not ordinary pies. They give you good dreams. And in a
Good
place
dreams.
such as this, that is a highly valuable thing. That's why they cost
He
so
looks-
much.
He looks very intrigued.
Yeah.
How do you get it to work? What do you use? Magic?
Oh
Herbalism,
yes.
maybe?
Special ingredients and a little bit of homemade magic. She sort of giggles to herself a little bit.
Is this woman a hag?
What do you mean, is
Sounds
this woman
like
a
it.
hag? You can't call people hags. That's not a nice thing to call an old lady just because she's old and a lady.
Damn.
Listen, the last time we ate some weird food, it was a hag.
And if you didn't eat it, bad things also happen. So now you're out of luck.
True. I will take one.
And it's a gold,
Vegetarian.
1 gold piece, yes. It's got potatoes
Yes.
and carrots in there, and I've got some spices from the garden I put in as well. Make sure you eat
Alright.
it before you go to... Well, you can eat it now, but if you want the dreams to be extra potent, eat it right before you go to bed.
Sounds good. He's gonna hand her a gold.
At this point, as you're handing the gold over is when Reginald comes over with a sort of nervous look on his face after avoiding the scene at the mercantile.
Oh, you found the pies. Levin?
He's gonna turn.
Oh,
He's gonna turn. He's wrapping the pie in a handkerchief.
do they taste good? Did you
I
try
haven't
them?
tried it yet.
Oh,
Aren't you an oddity? I
hey,
know,
who
yes.
you calling an oddity?
It's been a
Can't
while
believe
since I
Levin's
have
buying
seen
us
a
wheat
gnome.
brownies.
Would you be interested in a dream pie, sweetie?
Dream pie.
Yes, they're a gold piece each. I was just telling your friend. We have various flavors. I've got a fruit pie I made with some grapes from the vineyard. And I've got some vegetarian pies that I made with vegetables from my garden. And I have some meat pies as well with pork in them. I just sold out of our chicken pies. I'm sorry about that, but I'll have some more tomorrow. Or maybe the day after. We'll see how long it takes me to get back home.
Well, I'm afraid we're only in town for today, and chicken pie would have been what I bought, so no pies for me. No,
Oh,
thank you.
That's all right. If you find yourself traveling past the windmill outside of Vallaki, you can stop in and see what we have freshly baked that day.
Oh, we might actually be heading that direction.
Oh, well, do be
What
sure
was your
to...
name?
Oh, Morgantha.
Magantha lives at the windmill outside Vallaki. She sells the pies.
I'm imagining you're mid conversation and you're like and you open your notebook and you start writing this out. You're saying this out loud as you're writing it down. She's like nodding like, yes, that's right.
Yeah, I do sell the pies.
I imagine that Reginald is literally using like the handy dandy notebook from Blue's Clues.
Maybe he is.
Yep.
I'll be
when
sure
did you
to...
last meet a gnome?
Oh, I couldn't tell you the exact time, but it was many years ago.
Are they're not that common around here.
No. It's mostly humans here. There's a
Oh,
few elves
interesting.
who live in Vallaki as well, and sometimes you can find some oddities in the outer reaches, but mostly just the Barovians and mostly just the Vistani.
Vistani. I heard that word when I was at the store, the mercantile store. What is a Vistani?
So the Barovians are all of the dour-looking ones with the dark clothing. The Vistani have a bit of a darker complexion, and they dress a little more brightly, and they have a bit of a more happy-go-lucky demeanor to them. You should stop by Serpool encampment if you're heading further into Barovia to the west. I'm sure you'll enjoy what you find there.
No,
That was a weird way to end your sentence.
Levin's
okay.
packing. He doesn't seem to want to.
Yeah, she sort of just flashed you a big toothy smile.
He doesn't
Matthew
seem to
Mercer
want to eat it.
description.
He's folded it neatly in a handkerchief and shoved it in a little pocket in his robes. He's gonna clasp his hands behind his back and be like, "You're a well-traveled woman, it seems. You wouldn't happen to know anything about children going missing in the forest, would you?"
Children going missing in the forest? Well, I'm afraid a lot of nasty things happen around here. Let me check the general public knowledge section of my book here. Flippy flippy flip. Flippy flippy flip flip. Flippy 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 flip. Flippy 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 flip. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Yep. I couldn't say anything specific about why they might go missing, but I could come up with a few theories. Do you want to know the theories?
Absolutely.
I mean, it could be, simply children running off as they are prone to do. But there are also lots of wolves and dire wolves and even werewolves who prowl the Svalich woods and things. There are all sorts of nasty beasts that might snatch up a child where they're not paying attention. Sort of all over the place. I couldn't think of anything in specific, though. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help here.
Oh no, that's okay.
I'm sure if you ask around the towns enough, you'll find what you're looking for. Barovia's not that big of a place.
Is this now? I'm still getting used to the area. Is this town itself Barovia, or is Barovia like a country?
Barovia is both the name of this town and the name of the valley in which we are now.
Oh boy, okay, gotcha. Thank you.
Yes.
Can I ask her, how are we sitting here just conversing still?
Yeah, you're sort of just outside this
Where's she,
house, chatting.
We're just chilling outside this lady's house.
She's not in a hurry.
It's Durst, right? Is the family we met, or the ghost,
Yes.
right? He still has his arms like crossed behind his back.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna ask, you wouldn't happen to know anything about the Durst family, would you?
The Durst family, she sort of twiddles her fingers on the board of the little cart for a second. No, I can't say I know anyone who's around with that name.
Can I see if she's lying?
Sure, you can make an insight check. You take a moment to examine her closely and her behaviors and psychologically analyze her. The way she's fiddling with her fingers and she sort of turns away from you as she answers, maybe not lying, but is perhaps not saying all that she could, at the very least. Definitely was behaving somewhat suspiciously there.
Okay. He's gonna gesture to the pies again. He said, "You're somewhat of an herbalist," he said.
Oh yes, I've got a garden out back of the windmill where I grow all my own herbs and spices. We have to supplement our vegetables with some purchases from Kresk. And well, the vegetables are better from Kresk than Valaki, but sometimes Valaki and vegetables have to do when there's not enough, and I can't spare a trip all the way to Kresk, you know.
You mentioned the dreams, so it's like a sort of hallucinogenic effect.
Oh, I wouldn't say hallucinogenic. That has a bit of a sinister tone to it. They just encourage good dreams is all. And it's not like you dream while you're awake. It's nighttime dreams, dearie. Although, if you're looking for something like that, I might have something like that in my garden if I look closely enough.
Weed grandma.
Hell yeah.
So she's selling you melatonin.
Yeah.
It sounds a little stronger.
It's like
than
super melatonin.
Yeah.
It is also
Take 3
like a
horse
meal,
tranquilizers every night.
too. You want
Someone's
some
selling me
bent?
ketamine.
Brother.
It's just
Always-
Barovia's drug dealer.
Yeah, it's always good to make friends with the local drug dealer.
I'll get you on that good shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, any more questions for Morgantha here?
No, he goes, "Well, thank you for the food and for the information."
Yes, of course. Do
Just gonna
stop
turn
by
it
the windmill sometime. I'd love to get to talk to you again, dearie. She'll give you a little wink, and she'll cart more of her pies off to more houses down the way.
As he turns around and leaves, he's gonna grab Reginald by the back of his little shirt and pull him along.
Levin, I was going to go this way too, but I wanted to let you know that there's a good chance. Shit, what I'm blank. Not Tribble. That's the name at the bottom of the screen.
Morgantha?
Benjiro. No, that
Oh.
Benjiro is going to get into a fight. That's part of why I left. Also, I wouldn't eat those pies. Those sound like drugs, like hard drugs. Like, be careful with that.
Levin, those are fentanyl. And he's gonna turn down and hiss.
Truly,
"That
this
woman
is the
lying."
curse of Barovia.
Damn.
That woman
Wait,
is
what?
lying.
About what?
I don't know, but she's suspicious. Did you see the way she was looking? Her
Never
fingers
trust an
twisting
old
her
white lady.
fingers.
I didn't notice that part, but I did notice her end one of her sentences with "ha," which is awfully suspicious to me. Nobody talks like that. Unless they're hiding something.
By the way, here's her crusty artwork now that you're not talking to her anymore.
Oh, yes, where's the... Wow. She does look like
Yeah,
a hag. They give her
That's a
shirt
night hag
look.
if I've ever seen one.
Hey, don't racially profile people.
Hey, if we
Listen.
can make it... If we go by the windmill, though, I'm down to stop in.
So she's gonna shove you in the oven.
She likes the taste of gnomes and other oddities. Uh-oh.
Yeah, she was like really interested in him.
She was. I popped up and she was like, "Hey, you want a pie?"
Anyways, would you like
But anyways,
to?
yeah, they might be fighting back there.
She goes, "Oh, good God."
And then I guess we'll make our way back.
Yeah, he's let go of Reginald by now. He was trying to get Reginald away from her.
No more
Yeah.
note taking.
You can go meet up with the rest of your companions who are tending to poor Benjiro, who you can see has some swollen bruises on their face outside of the mercantile here. Has clearly been laid
It's
out.
okay. It's okay if they've got a black eye. They got plenty more eyes to go for.
That's right.
Ugh. That was a dumb idea.
Yes, I don't
Levin-
think we should be holding up shops around here. Or, like, in general, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
What a
yeah.
rush, though.
Levin's gonna walk up. He's gonna pat his little pocket. He goes, "I just bought drugs from an old woman."
Oh. I guess we're all kind of making bad choices today, I guess.
I'm gonna research it. I'm not gonna take it. I
So
wanna
far,
know what
all
kind
I've
of-
done is make money.
I think all of my bad choices happened yesterday when I decided to join all of you on this adventure.
That is very fair, actually. I can't argue with that.
You got drugs from an old lady. Wasn't there just one selling pies? Was there
Same
another
one.
old lady? Oh. Was it... Was she selling more than pies, or...
No, the pie is the drug.
Oh. I
She
was
was
kind of
real
looking forward to
shady.
those pies.
Really shady. Yeah. I
So
think
is
the
that a-
pies are made of people. That's why I got the vegetarian.
So,
The pies are
no
people?
pies.
No
Pies-
pies.
Oh, I didn't even think about the pies we made of people.
Oh.
No pies. She was very shady, very suspicious.
I was kind of
She
looking
was
forward to
perfectly
those pies.
pleasant.
She calls
You're profiling. J'accuse.
she calls them dream pies.
Well,
Says
is
they
it
make
good?
you have good dreams and magical.
I mean, who's to say they don't?
I mean, I'm not denying that, but I asked her about the kids going missing, you know, things like that. She did not have anything to say about that, but she was quite nervous when I asked her. I don't know what this voice is either. I don't know. I'm working on it.
That's how it goes.
But anyway, I bought one. It was 1 gold too expensive. Anyway,
Benjiro
Why
didn't
is
buy
it-
anything, just got their ass.
yeah,
handed
I
to them.
figured.
Yeah. Yes.
I figured from this. You're on the ground,
Yes, I am on the ground.
and you don't look great. If I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, no, that dude fucked me up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I heard
Well,
the noises.
perhaps
Yep.
it's time that we go find Irina and begin making our way out of town.
I think so.
She's probably still in the house. Plus, if it gets too late, maybe whoever at the castle will come back. So probably best we leave sooner.
I'm just gonna get myself some health over here. Don't mind
Hey.
me.
Yeah, we can
Should
say
at
that
least
you
leave before nightfall.
covered one. At least. You know, so would you like to head back to the Burgomaster's mansion?
Yes. Mansion Burgermeister.
The Burger Man. You can head
Burgerman's mansion.
back up to the Burgomaster's mansion. As you get close to the door, you can see that Ismark opens the door for you as you show up, presumably having already undone the various locks and things as you come up. He says, "It is good to see you again. Are you ready to leave?"
Yes, I think we're all set.
All right.
Is there anything we should know about the surrounding area?
He
Dangers
notices
we might
that
not be familiar with?
Benjiro has clearly had the shit beat out of them. You see him wince a little bit, but he tries to hide his reaction a little bit. I would stick to the roads, and I would not travel on the roads at night. That is when the servants in the woods are the most active.
Sorry, did
by
you
this-
just say to be on the roads but not be on the roads at the same
At
time?
night. You do not
Okay,
want
just checking.
you do not want to be traveling at night if you can help it.
Oh,
If
okay.
it is nighttime, then you should set a fire and bunker down and keep a close watch on the tree lines. Irina, they are ready to go. Irina will step out a few moments later. She has her armor on. You can see that she's got some. She has a breastplate on, which looks fairly worn and used by this point. Its silver tarnish is fading somewhat, as well as a rapier at her side, as well as a bag full of what looks to be some rations, some medical equipment, and things
Oh,
like
thank
that.
goodness. I was gonna ask if she was bringing her own food.
Looks like she is, yes. Well, I'm ready to go. Let's get out of here.
Righto. Do we need anything else? Do you need any medicine, Benjiro? Are you okay?
I'll be okay for now. I'll heal myself. It's okay.
To our local, have you ever had a dream pie?
Irina will shake her head. No, I do not wish to escape into a dream. And Ismark will also shake his head. No, they're simply too expensive for my taste. I know that many in the village do partake of them regularly. I do not know how good it is for them and their mentality, but if it brings them some temporary joy, so be it.
Really sounds like drugs.
So it's like definitely drugs.
Yeah.
I told you. It's drugs.
Irina will notice that you have
I-
had the shit beat out of you, Benjiro, and will go, oh, what happened to you?
Each take their chances.
Here,
You
let-
know,
Let me patch you up. It won't do you any good to be on the road in such a sorry state. She'll pull some medical equipment out of her bag and will put a salve on some of your open wounds and bandage you up a little bit. You can get
it's
6
just-
hit points.
thank you. It's just some bruises. I'm fine. I appreciate it.
You need to be on your top behavior if you want to make it here. I do not know what happened, but you need to be careful.
Yeah, I can see that now. Benjiro's like a little bit, I guess, flustered because someone just helped him without, like,
Asking.
wanting something, like asking really, and he's used to people being off put by him, so he's like, okay.
Yeah, Irina doesn't seem to care that you're covered in eyeballs and look like a freak.
No offense.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm
That's
wrong.
right.
No, he's supposed to look like a freak, yes.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Super freak. Super freak.
Meow.
Alright, Irina will ask, so,
Okay.
do you all have any plans on where you're going?
I believe we are making for the Abbey of Saint Markovia.
Or
far
Valaki.
from here. Or
Well,
Valaki.
we will have to pass
So-
by Valaki to get to the Abbey either way, so... She looks at the sky overhead. I do not think that there is enough time left in the day to make it all the way to Valaki in one trip, but we can stop at Serpul encampment on the way, and they will let us stay there for the night. If that
Wonderful.
sounds acceptable to you all.
You know much more about this place than we do.
Excellent. Well, whenever you're ready to leave, we can follow the road west out of town.
Alright, let us head out.
All right. Out of
Time to
town,
go.
you head. You follow the dreary street, and you leave the little village of Barovia behind for now. I'm going to leave you. I'm going to put you on the main map for our navigation part for the moment, because you don't have a map of Barovia.
Buh.
Ugh. Meanwhile, I'll pull this up. Okay.
Sorry, I fought Periwinkle. I really wanted to do that the first time I played this, but I didn't.
How many hit points do you have?
I gave myself some lay on hands, so I'm at 12.
Okay.
Do you want some more?
If you're offering,
Oh,
I just
let
don't want
me-
to use up all of our stuff.
Yeah, I
Hold
can
on, I need to
use a. Hold on,
turn off my HOM and
Let's
3
see
music
here.
real quick. Shut up.
I got a cheeky little healing word here. If I can figure out how to play this godforsaken game. There you go. Happy birthday.
It's not my birthday.
That's fine.
Thank you. It is Levin's birthday.
Yippee.
How old are you now, actually? I shouldn't ask that. We're on Twitch.
23.
Oh.
I turned 23.
You turned 23?
Yes.
Oh my god, you're so young. Okay.
I thought you were older than me.
Okay.
No, I was 22 turning 23.
Let's say I'm placing
Fine.
myself in this
Mhm.
group. I think I'm in the middle.
All right.
Oh,
Back to your travels.
Step on
You
it.
can simply follow the road for now if you'd like, that goes west out of the town.
The road.
Mm-hmm.
Road
You
sounds
follow.
good, except at nighttime. Don't follow the road.
Yes. It's about noon when you leave town, about midway through the day. You leave town and begin to walk through some of the open plains along the old Svalich road. Irina will explain as you begin to travel. This road will go straight across the Iblis River, and then we will reach a crossings. We will take the north path at the crossing, and that will take us to Serpul encampment, which is next to Serpul, where we can rest for the night. It should not be a very long trek. It is only maybe 3 miles or so. We will want to be careful in the forests, though. Eventually, after... let me remember how this math splits up. 8, 30, 30, and 8, 3. It's like 3 per. Right, yeah, okay. So after about 20 minutes or so of walking, you come to a bridge which you had seen ahead in the distance. It goes over a river about 100 feet across, which you can see flows clear as a blue winter sky through the valley. Through the forest, it comes out of the forest to the east and then emerges into the open terrain you just left in the west. Looks like it creates a sort of a swampy region out in the way it goes. You can pass by the river and continue traveling down the road. Gonna do... let's see, that's 3, so go ahead and somebody roll me a d20.
Yes, sir, you got it. 20. Oh, 16.
It is currently on a road. It is daytime. Okay, so, okay. Nothing happens during this first portion of your trek as you make your way over the bridge and into a sort of winding path which goes through the forest itself. More of those tall needle-like pine trees close in around you, although not nearly as densely as when you first entered this region. Eventually, you do come across a crossroads here. You see that there is an old wooden gallows which creaks in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beam. The well-worn road splits here, and a signpost opposite of the gallows points off in 3 directions: Barovia village to the east, Serpul to the northwest, and Ravenloft/Valaki to the southwest. The northwest fork slants down and disappears into the trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope. Across from the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses a small plot of graves shrouded in fog. This is the crossroads I was mentioning, the River Ivlis crossroads. If you need a moment to catch your breath, or if you want to look around, I suppose feel free, or we can continue to move on to Serpul. She points to the northwest passage.
Ravenloft. Is that the castle above?
Yes, that is Castle Ravenloft. You have already seen it. The main road will join back up with the Serpool offshoot eventually. And you will see the split where the path will begin to wind up the hill to Ravenloft, but we will not be taking that path.
I see. Well, I think we keep going.
Okay, anyone else have anything you want to get done here? Or do you want to keep going?
Just keep
I'm
going.
happy to keep
Alright.
going.
You
Onward.
begin to descend down the path, which heads down to Serpool according to the signpost. It's a fairly steep and rocky road, although you do see that there are the wheels of some sort of carriage or wagon, which outlines this path as well. It must be quite a bumpy ride on a wagon, but apparently navigatable.
The meat pie wagon.
Yep. The road gradually disappears and is replaced by a twisted, muddy path through the trees. Deep ruts in the earth are evidence of the comings and goings of wagons. The canopy of mist and branches suddenly gives way to black clouds boiling far above. There is a clearing here next to a river that widens to form a small lake several hundred feet across. 5 colorful round tents, each 10 feet in diameter, are pitched outside a ring of 4 barrel-topped wagons. A much larger tent stands near the shore of the lake, its sagging form lit from within. Near this tent, 8 unbridled horses drink from the river. The mournful strains of an accordion clash with the singing of several brightly clad figures around a bonfire. A footpath continues beyond this encampment, meandering north between the river and the forest's edge. So I'm going to give you guys the ability to see, because people like to be able to see.
Sometimes.
Vasaki.
The Saki?
I
What?
didn't write that word down, so.
The Valaki.
Valaki, aha.
Mm-hmm.
Horses.
I feel like I
Let me
don't quite
grab
know what.
Arena too. Here we are, everybody. The Sare River encampment. The Vistani here are quite friendly, as long as you are friendly in return. Usually a tale around their campfire is enough to secure you their safety in numbers for the night.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for leading us here. I could definitely use with the rest.
It is not quite nighttime yet, but it is definitely getting evening. It is getting later.
Are we setting up our stuff? Our camp? Our
Well,
items?
you can rest among the Vistani here with their tents and things if you wish. I know that my brother said that he would stay with them whenever he would have to travel to Valaki.
Oh,
Okay.
me
Let's go
actually-
introduce ourselves.
Shut up, music.
right.
Let me see
Once
if
we
I can-
introduce ourselves, I have to look at these scrolls that we got.
It's not very happy sounding. What does this one sound like?
Let's go say hi.
It'll be nice this time.
It's funny. That is not a very long
better.
track, though. What would a good track be for this?
A spooky track is the Dark Moonfire music.
Oh, I wish I had that on tap right now. I would so play that. Oh, that would be so good. I know what I'll
Because it's
do.
the perfect mix of happy and weirdly eerie.
No, not that one. I clicked the wrong one. What do these sound like? Shoot. I don't remember what these sound like. What does it sound like? I can't hear it. I want my music to be
Can't
right.
hear it either.
I got
Oh,
mine
and
turned all the
it's-
way
it's
up and I
quiet.
still could barely hear it.
That was a
so-
quiet one, yeah. What does this one sound like? We'll go with it. This is kind of a weird place. Yeah, do you want to approach the Vistani at the campsite?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, you can see that there are several of these Vistani all gathered around the campfire. They are drinking from wine skins and enjoying the company of each other. Here's a Vistani handout to complement your Barovian handout. They're much nicer looking, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm picking up vibes. I see what's happening here.
Yeah. The art
What's
helps a
going
lot,
on?
doesn't it?
Well,
You
I
can
was already
see-
kind of figuring it out when they were like,
Mhm.
they're colorful and they have campfires and tents, and
Yep.
I'm like,
To the
okay,
Romani.
I mean,
yes,
I think that's
yeah.
what they used to be called before they changed it to Viston.
look.
They
And
just
they
straight up
might
call
have
them
had to, they
Romani?
might have patched
I'm
the
pretty sure.
Curse of Strahd book to remove certain descriptors. It's fine, don't worry about it. They fixed it. I have the old book though in front of me, so I can still read
Oh.
the not racist stuff. I mean, it's Juneteenth. Let's be nice to each other. Anyways, you can see that.
That's why I said I felt like I was picking up on what they were doing.
Yeah, you can see that around the campfire, several of them are talking, discussing stories. They are drinking merrily. It looks as if many of them are intoxicated at the moment. But
I feel like I watched Nosferatu when it came out, and so I feel like I'm getting it, you know.
yeah, how do you approach?
I would approach with no weapons out, and I would just like give a bow.
All right, one of them will come up to you and go, "Oh, travelers, please sit around the fire with us and share a story and a drink." He will extend a wineskin towards you.
I'll
Okay.
accept it. Yeah.
Yeah, you see another one of them sort of goes over this tent, not this tent, this wagon over here, fills up a few more wineskins and brings them over there. They offer you some drinks if you'd like them. You can take or decline as you wish. They don't seem to actually care much either way.
I'll take.
Yeah, Levin will take one.
Yeah, they invite you to come sit by the fire and drink and share in their revelry for a moment if you wish. Yeah, one of them is playing an accordion in the back wall. If I had prepared more smartly, I would have had some music for this, but I didn't. It's fine. Yeah, there's all sorts of them. The draft horses in the back are all drinking out of the river as they sit around the fire and share tales of past things which have happened. What would you all like to do?
While they share some tales, I guess until it's my turn. I don't know if they'll ask me to share, but while they share, can I identify some of those scrolls?
Sure. Do you have the material component for identify?
Fuck, I forgot that it takes a material component. What's the material component for identify again?
It's like a 50 GP marble orb or something like that.
Pearl, 100 gold
100 gold
pieces.
pieces. Yeah, it's expensive.
Damn it! No, I forgot that was the thing.
Oops.
I don't have that one.
Sorry.
I forgot about that. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. Fine. Yeah, no, that's okay. I won't do that then.
You can take an hour to identify it without that.
How long are we gonna be in this thing?
Probably for the night.
Presume for a
Yeah,
while,
hopefully
yeah.
for the rest of the day.
Oh, then yeah, okay. I'll still do it if I can.
Yeah, you could sit around the fire for a while and identify stuff if you want. What do you want to identify with your hour?
I have 3 scrolls, so one
Okay.
of them would be great.
Okay.
I didn't write down what room the spell scrolls were from, though, so I'm sorry that I didn't do that.
I think I can guess. Let me see if I'm right. Give me a second here. Loading. I have an idea.
I feel like they were from that room with all the items, though, before the rat room.
I don't think so, but I'll find out.
Oh, no, wait, they were from the chest.
Yeah,
weren't
they're
they?
from the
They were
chest in the
with
secret room. Okay. Yeah, you can
Yes,
spend
yeah,
1
that's
hour.
right.
Okay, so you can identify the first of the 3 spell scrolls. You can see that it is after 1 hour. I'll tell you what it is. What about the rest of you? What are you doing?
I'll join in the telling of stories and stuff. I'll just
Yeah, I
tell some
mostly.
missions.
I probably won't tell anything. I'll just listen, try to figure out if they say anything more about this place that I could theoretically learn more.
Yeah,
where
Sovanna's
we
probably
are.
just gonna sit at the fire
Mm-hmm.
and mind her business.
Yeah. What about Levin?
He is going to sip at his wine
Levin-
and just kind of
Levin.
chill and observe.
Okay. Benjiro, they will offer for you to tell a story if you want to tell a story to them.
Do I have to tell a story?
You don't
myself?
have to.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
you don't
tell
have
the
to.
story right
tell-
now.
Give me a story.
Tell me a
No.
story.
No. Yeah, he'll offer a story of like one of his
Mhm.
missions that he did for the Fire Wardens that,
Yeah.
or even the story of how he became the whole folk hero backstory. That would probably be a fun one.
Oh, they
to
love
tell.
that. They'll clap and cheer, and they'll try and impress more one. You'll be like, "Oh, that is what an amazing story! You have been to so many places." That reminds me of the time. That reminds me of the time that I beat a werewolf in a wrestling match, and they'll one of the Vistani will begin telling some obviously fake story about how they wrestled a werewolf to the ground, and we'll all start. Oh, that's so awesome! You're so cool. So for about an hour, you can just sit and listen to these Vistani tell stories, some of which sound like they might be true, some of which are obviously fake. Reginald, it is a scroll of Bless, your first scroll. Bless. That's right.
Thank you.
As an hour comes to a close, one of the Vistani tells a tale which catches your interest because it mentions some names which stand out to you. He says, "Yes, I remember. This is a story for our newcomers. They will enjoy this one. I say that a year ago, a mighty wizard came to this land. I remember him like it was yesterday. He stood exactly where you're standing now. A very charismatic man he was. He thought he could rally the people of Barovia against the devil Strahd. He stirred them with thoughts of revolt and bore them to the castle en masse. When the vampire appeared, the wizard's peasant army fled in terror. A few stood their ground and were never seen again. The wizard and the vampire cast spells at another. Their battle flew from the courtyards of Ravenloft to a precipice overlooking the falls. I saw the battle with my own eyes. Thunder shook the mountainside, and great rocks tumbled down upon the wizard, yet by his magic he survived. Lightning from the heavens struck the wizard, and again he stood his ground. But when the devil Strahd fell upon him, the wizard's magic could not save him. I saw him thrown 1,000 feet to his death. I climbed down to the river to search the wizard's body to see if, he had anything of value. But the river Ivris had already spirited him away." The other Vistani are like, "Whoa, that is awesome. I wish I had met the wizard." And they're like, "Oh, that's so cool." Yeah, that was the first story you heard that mentioned the name Strahd by name.
It also, is that the first time, had we known officially that Strahd was a vampire before
That is
this?
the first time the word vampire has come up as well.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Did the wizard have a name?
He scratches his head. I don't remember the name of the wizard, but I do remember that it sounded important. Speaking of wizards and grand fortunes, you 5, you're not from around here. You should talk to Madame Eva in the big tent. He points to this tent in the back. She can tell your fortune, tell you your future. Maybe you are destined for great things here in Barovia, no?
Sounds fun enough. Anyone else down?
Interesting.
That sounds
I'll
nice.
watch you get your fortune taken.
Well, also a little nerve-wracking.
I'll go with you. I
Sure.
don't mind having my palm read now and again.
Who's going to the big tent?
I'll go to the big tent.
Has anyone ever done a palm reading? Actually,
I
I think that
have.
would be a fun experience.
Who's going to
It-
the big tent?
Is this the
I
big
did
tent?
one.
This
at a
is
Ren
the
Fair
big
once.
tent.
Was it fun?
It was fun.
I remember when you did that. Oh,
Let's say that sounds
Yeah.
mildly convincing. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's just like she said some stuff that was like that's weirdly specific, but then other stuff that I was like, whatever.
It's really
I don't
vague.
know, Yeah, like kind of vague, but like there were specific
I
things she
predict
said
that,
that I was like,
you
how
will
the
go
fuck?
to work and get a paycheck.
No, nothing like that. It was
Unless you're
honestly, like, sad
unemployed, in
stuff.
which case you will not. Benjiro and Reginald, are you gonna go to tent?
Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't move myself, did I?
Move your
Oh,
shit,
do I need to move myself to the tent?
please.
I moved the camera, but I forgot to move myself.
Is it this big tent over
Yes,
here?
it's this one right here.
Yes.
All right, here.
Then we can
Change
pop the tent
layer.
door open.
Yeah, pop it open. Magic flames cast a reddish glow over the interior of this tent, revealing a low table covered in a black velvet cloth. Glints of light seem to flash from a crystal ball on the table as a hunched figure peers into its depths. As the crones speak, her voice crackles like dry weeds. At last you have arrived. Cackling laughter bursts like mad lightning from her withered lips. Yes, I have seen you all before. Elco, the once great horseman. Benjiro, the wanderer of Mayho. Levin, the caretaker of the dead. Sovanna, the stray experiment. And Reginald, the builder of a yet unfounded legacy. Please step inside, step inside.
How do you know all of that?
In I go.
She laughs that dry laugh again. I know many things, Elco, as I'm sure you can intuit for yourself. My crystal ball sees many things from the past and from the future. I am sure that they told you outside, but I am most renowned as a fortune teller. I would love the chance to tell all of your fortunes if you would allow me the pleasure.
Sure.
Seems harmless enough.
And step inside. She reaches underneath her little table, and you see that she pulls out what looks to be a small deck of cards and shuffles them together. Let me pull up my thingy. Also, let me see if I have a song for this. What do these sound like? I wish I remembered. What does this sound like? Is this good? Sure, whatever. I don't care. Okay, and I gotta pull up with this part in the thingy. Oh yeah, also I gotta do... Let me make sure this page is set up right first. It is. Bam! Check it out. Taroka reading table.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Sure.
Whoa.
Okay. Another
Alright.
thing that I thought would be kind of fun to try.
Yeah, I've got it, baby.
I remember that Cass has a really cool tarot deck.
I
I'll show it
do.
to you.
Yeah.
It's horror themed. I
Chapter
like
1.
it.
Here it is. Okay.
Do you read tarot too?
I mostly do rune stuff.
Mhm.
I just do tarot as like a little fun thing, but I'm not
Yeah.
really good at it. I like runes though.
Yeah, I do tarot and pendulum. So
Nice.
She pulls out this deck of cards, and in one fluid motion, first shuffles it together and then unshuffles it into two other decks. She holds the two different parts of the deck up to you each. The common deck and the high deck. These two tools I will use to read your future. I recommend you pay attention. She takes the larger of the two decks, the high deck, and deals one card to the left spot, the forward spot, and the right spot. Then she takes the smaller deck and deals one card to the bottom spot and one to the middle spot.
I think this is the one that they did at that masquerade ball, isn't it? The same setup?
This plus
I think
configuration
so.
is fairly common, I
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah, they did that at the masquerade ball we went to.
She hovers a hand over the left card, closes her eyes. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy. And then she flips it over. Okay, I have to go look at what that means now.
It's a wizard.
Who is this for our whole group, or is this for one person?
It's for your whole. This is for your whole group.
Oh, okay.
The Master of Stars, the wizard. Yes, I see it. Look for a wizard's tower on a lake. Let the wizard's name and servant guide you to that which you seek. Her hand moves to the second card. This card tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope. And then she flips the card over. I am drawing cards, just so you know. It's hard to tell on Roll20, but I have decks in Roll20, and I'm drawing cards from them.
I'm feverishly writing, so I might be on mute. So I can write the keyboard.
That is the One of Stars. The Transmuter. Go to a place of dizzying heights, where the stone itself is alive. She goes to the third card. This is a card of power and strength. It tells of a weapon of vengeance, a sword of pure sunlight. Flip. The Eight of Glyphs. The Bishop. Yes, I can see it. What you seek lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors. Her hand moves to the south of bottom card now. And this is a separate document. This card sheds light on one who will help you greatly in the battle against the darkness. And then she turns the high card over. The mists. The mists, the mists, the mists, the mists, the mists. Avistani wanders this land alone, searching for her mentor. She does not stay in one place for long. Seek her out at St. Markovia's Abbey near the mists. Finally, her hand reaches towards the center card. I see your enemy, a creature of darkness whose powers are beyond mortality. This card will lead you to him, and then flips that one over. The Raven. Yes, the Raven. Look to the mother's tomb. With that, she opens her eyes again. That is what I have seen in all of your futures. Follow the messages well, and I believe they shall aid you in your quest to come.
Oh boy. Real quick, hopefully this doesn't make you flip too much. What was the intro to the wizard's card? The card on the left? It was for wisdom, right?
She said, let me real Rick, I go to back. It's over here. This card tells of history. Knowledge of the ancient will help you better understand your enemy.
Ah, okay, so
Yes.
this gives us information to understand
Might
our
have
enemy.
handouts. Do not have handouts.
And then I need and then the same for the transmuter was the only other one I missed, is how she...
Mm-hmm. This card
prefaced it.
tells of a powerful force for good and protection, a holy symbol of great hope.
So this... Okay. I didn't realize that the first part was also important until I heard Sword of Pure Sunlight, and then I was like, oh, I probably need to remember the thing before it as well. So
Oh,
I think
this
I
is
got...
Very important.
think
You
I
should
got all
remember
the other
all the
ones.
things I just told you. Yes, this is important
Oh yeah,
information.
I think I got them all.
Okay.
But we can do a quick double check. So the wizard, look for the wizard's tower on the lake. The wizard's name and servant will guide us, or let the wizard's name and servant guide us, and then that's going to give us information to understand our enemy. The transmuter is to go to a place of dizzying heights where the stone itself is alive. This is where a holy symbol of great hope will be that can give us great good and protection. And then the bishop, a sword of pure sunlight, lies in a pile of treasure beyond a set of amber doors. There's also the mist, which is a Vistani, wanders this land searching for her mentor. She is at St. Markovia's Abbey for a little bit, at least, and can help us against Strahd, assuming that's our enemy. And then the Raven is the mother's tomb, will lead us to our enemy.
That is the gist of it. Yes, indeed.
Sweet. Okay, I got those covered.
All right. Madam Eva, laughs to herself a little bit. I hope it's of use to you.
Yes, thank you. It is.
Can you see anything in our future about a way to get home?
I think if you follow the messages these cards hold for you, you will find yourself on a good path. Although I do see much, dear, I do not see all. I will put you back on, oh, that's not the one. I'll put you back over here now.
Those are some cool cards. So they have a whole deck of artwork that they
Yes,
did for
sir,
their
you can
cards?
buy that deck in real life, too.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Nice.
Well, thank you for the reading, especially for not charging.
But of course,
And
we'll consider it my
Uh,
good deed of the day.
oh, right, only one. That's all that's needed. I got it written down.
All right. Thank you so much. We will leave your tent now. Thank you.
Have a
okay.
good night, dears.
Levin looks
Peter-
a little concerned.
Peter, you make every old woman sound so evil.
You're in Barovia. You're gonna have to get used to people seeming evil.
No, even in our other game, every old woman sounds evil.
Old women are evil.
Probably doesn't
Damn.
help that we're chilling with the hag in our other game, too.
It's true.
Beat her ass.
Well, it's a
Gotta
lot of
leave the tent.
information about the possible future, I suppose.
She knew about our past too. It's a bit unsettling.
Suppose. So
Mhm,
far,
you-
most things here have felt pretty unsettling, though.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
Not what I expected, but it wasn't that.
you
Yeah,
can
Levin is
see-
noticeably
oh,
quiet.
Yes. You can see that Irina has joined in on some of the festivities around the fire and is currently yelling something to the other Vistani about, twice met and twice denied, and so on and so forth. The words are sort of not completely making sense with one another. Many of the Vistani sort of rolling on the ground by this point. Seems like it's getting close to bedtime, as it were.
Are you alright, Levin?
Quite fine.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
I'm gonna start setting up a bedroll.
Yeah, Levin is gonna take out his winter blankets that he very specifically has in his inventory for some reason. Oh, good music.
Mm-hmm.
But Levin
get ready for bed.
does not like people knowing about his past.
Hmm.
So he's noticeably concerned. I'm sure if you got him drunk enough, he would talk about it. But
Well, then
Nothing
I'm drunk.
nothing shady. He's just not a talkative guy about stuff like that.
Of course.
I'll take a look at the horses from farther
Why are they
off.
Mhm.
Huge.
They are very large
That's
horses.
just the size of the tokens take off.
They are very big.
I know a lot about horses. Are these
True.
horses native to Mayho or Canis, or are these
You can
Just
take a look,
generic
Sipu.
standard horses.
Go ahead and make a nature check with advantage because you're backward.
Horse check.
Horse check.
Didn't roll.
19.
19.
Hell
Oops,
yeah.
it rolled again.
Oops.
Hella
20.
horse check.
That's not how that works. 19. Taking a look, you can see that this certainly isn't any specifically identifiable breed of horse. They're definitely not bred horses, which makes it difficult / impossible to tell if they're from anywhere in particular. They're just sort of generic mutt free range horses. Well, not free range. They're being used. They look like draft horses by their musculature and lack of saddles. Presumably they're for the wagons that are parked all around. But do the rest of you like to do anything else in
I'm gonna
particular?
set up a bedroll over on the edge of the camp.
Yeah, Levin's gonna make himself a bed.
All right.
But he's
Yeah.
gonna take his scrolls out of his little thing and start writing.
Okay.
The last time they rested, he wrote the name of the guy that they buried down, and he's still writing on that same page.
Yes. Reginald, Sovanna.
Sovanna will probably do her end of the day journaling. Other than that, she's making herself cozy.
All right. And Reginald.
Probably like near Benjiro, but not like too near.
Of course, of course.
There's two things that Reginald
Go
will
on.
do, if I can.
Yeah,
One would be to identify another scroll before bed, if possible.
Sure.
The other would be to go over to Sovanna and strike up a conversation by saying, "Sovanna, you look very familiar.
Oh?
Met before, haven't we?"
Where?
Did you ever spend time at the tower in Mako?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
I think it might have been there.
Oh. Sorry.
Sorry for
Maybe.
what?
I don't know. Usually it's usually because I did something. Did I do something when we met?
I think I remember you being maybe slightly rude and dashing my dreams a little bit, but that's nothing that hasn't happened before.
Okay, so the apology still sit down. Sorry.
Oh, well, thank you. Sure. Anyways, so you were there. I was just making sure. You seemed familiar.
Yeah.
Anyways, nice to be traveling with you again. Or for the first time. We
Ditto.
only just met the last time. Anywho.
She's sweating.
I'm just gonna go back to my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Good night.
Reginald, the fact that she did not recognize or remember you, it stings a little bit.
Oh.
Oh no.
Your scroll, you can identify your second scroll. It's a scroll of protection from poison.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that one is on my. How do you do spells? Do you do them raw, Peter? If it's on your spell list, you can use it or whatever.
I believe so. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm just double checking.
All right. You all can bunker down. You're ready to go for bed. It looks like the Vistani have their own sort of set of watches go up. There are people who are remaining sober so they can keep watches at nighttime.
That's the case.
Levin, just as you're about to go to bed, you remember that you did buy something earlier today. If you wanted to, you think about it a little bit.
He is not gonna eat the pie.
Okay.
You wanted to take the drugs.
If you wanted somebody to take the drugs, you could probably convince Sovanna to.
I mean, he wanted to just investigate the drugs. Like he wanted to like open it up and be like, "What's in this?"
If you want, you can
But
do
if
that.
Sovanna wants,
You can open it up.
yeah, he wants to open it up.
Okay. You got the vegetarian one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can see that, true to what you were told, the inside is, it's cold by now, so it's a little sort of like moist and sticky inside. But there are, in fact, yes, chunks of potato, pretty finely cut, about maybe the size of your pinky nail. And carrots are the same thing, all sort of mixed and intermashed with one another. And there are some, what look to be, leaves of, I want to say parsley and other sort of like, spice herbs mixed in there as well for flavor. Seems fairly normal. Nothing in there you can't identify.
Okay. He's gonna fold it back up and put it back in the handkerchief. He's not eating it,
Okay.
but he
You
is
put
gonna.
the opened up pie in your handkerchief. You're not sure how long it's going to keep now you've opened it.
Yeah. Oh. He's noticeably not sleeping though.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's like trying to go to sleep, but he's not sleeping.
You're having a hard time. Mm-hmm. Well, anybody else have anything before bedtime?
I'm just
I
gonna
don't think so.
meditate.
Oh, I did the main things that I wanted to do.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a no. Okay. You can see that
Sovanna's
Irina.
gonna go to bed with great
Mhm.
regret and shame.
Irina makes her own sort of bedside camp on the edge of the campsite there. The Vistani seem to do a good job keeping watch. Nothing happens overnight, and you can have a long rest and wake up the next day. Wow.
Long rest.
Mhm.
Time to prepare a different spell than identify because I forgot about that material component.
Irina gets up nice and early and takes care of some of her effects. You see that she like sharpens and cares for her rapier and polishes off her armor and makes sure that all of her things are well put together while the rest of you are getting up. The Vistani appear to be sleeping in. They're not really getting up for the day yet, even though the sun is quote unquote out behind the clouds.
Yeah. Benjiro would wake up a bit early just to prepare some of his spells and think about his dumbassery from yesterday.
Yes. The bruises, although they have faded mostly, still sting.
Levin is rewrapping the leather around his forearms.
Mhm.
But if you look closely enough, there's something under the leather that he's wrapping inside, between his skin and the leather.
Drugs.
Huh?
It's the drugs.
Yeah, it's the drugs.
Mhm.
Levin is the drug dealer.
Damn,
He was the hag all along.
can't believe
I
it.
think Reginald's actually sleeping in. I think he struggles to get up early.
I've got my armor to care for and put on, and it's really freaking heavy.
Mhm.
Do you want help with
No, it's
your armor?
fine. I'm pretty used to it.
It might go faster if I help.
Kind of got a ritual I've been sticking to for the past 20 years, so I think I'm all right.
Fair enough.
I suppose I probably should offer at least to people. It hasn't come up yet, but Reginald's holding a lot less stuff on him than he was when were in the house. He had his big fat weighed down pack that he was carrying around with him, and now he's just got the little backpack. But seemingly he still has everything he needs.
Huh. Reginald, where'd all your stuff go? Did
Oh.
you lose things in town?
It's in my bag.
Was it not before?
It looks
Well-
smaller.
That's because it is, except it's bigger. That's the secret. See, I think I've had an epiphany.
Oh, what's that?
Mhm.
I thought you'd never ask. You just take magic and you put it into an item. You remember that rope that I was hitting with the hammer?
Yeah.
It's a little concerning.
Look. And he'll reach inside of his backpack and he'll pull out this rope. And he says, I was thinking about the shambling mound that we fought and how it controlled its vines. And now this rope, and he'll diddle with it, then it'll start moving on its own.
Oh,
And
that is interesting.
how does it work? It extends. I can't remember if I have to point at something in particular, but it's a rope of climbing. And Reginald will say, and I did the same thing with my bag. Now it's got really deep pockets, kind of like a bag of holding. If you've ever seen one of those.
Not exactly. Are you saying that you could carry unlimited things in this tiny bag?
Well, no, not unlimited. I can probably only carry about 500 pounds worth.
That's still quite a
Approximately,
bit.
give or take. But
How
it
much-
should only weigh 15 the entire time.
How much do you have in there now?
Oh, I've got my crossbow and some rope, a hammer, a little knife, a crowbar, maybe like 30 pounds.
Oh. Would you mind holding on to some of my stuff?
Guess I could do that. Yeah, okay. Sure. He'll
Okay, I have
flip
a lot
open
of
his
stuff.
pack for you to put stuff in.
Putting things in.
I'm just gonna
here's-
watch all this stuff like go in. Like, where the fuck is it going?
I'm gonna type out all the crap I have.
Oh boy.
I'm very encumbered.
Levin has
Sovanna
stopped
just-
his task and is intrigued.
Yeah, Sovanna's just gonna go up and just be like, "Can I see inside? What does it look like inside?"
Sure. Well, it looks kind of like a void. It was
Avoid.
really deep.
She looks inside, and she just kind of stares for a minute.
But you can also, at the same time, when you look in, you can see all the items floating around inside your mind's eye.
Do you have to know what's in there for you to take it out?
That's probably a good rule of thumb. But you could always just dump it all out. I haven't done that yet, but I imagine that as long as I got the magic right, and it's like a bag of holding, it'll just all fall out onto the ground.
Here's some stuff to put in there.
Yeah, can I put an iron pot in there? This thing is 10 pounds.
10 pounds?
I
Why?
literally have nothing.
What's my carrying capacity again?
Iron pot. Okay, 10 pounds.
Strength
Yeah,
times
okay,
5 is
I'll
your
type it
low
out.
threshold. Strength times 10 is your normal heavy encumbered threshold. Strength times 15 is your max. Variant encumbrance.
It sucks sometimes.
But it
That's
makes
okay, we got
strength
back
good.
now.
It's fine.
You know what I got
Not
in
when
my
I'm the
inventory?
strength character and I can't carry shit.
Okay.
Have
my-
more strength.
45-pound armor.
Alright, so
You know what I
20,
got? I got
30,
the dagger that I got in session 1,
40.
Yeah.
I'm no longer
and the clothes on my back.
I'm gonna
Speed.
put a shovel in there. There you
Speed
go.
Hell yeah.
unlocked.
I have a shovel for some reason.
I'll
There you
just
go.
watch as you guys keep putting stuff into the bag.
Yeah,
Slowly, my face kind of droops a little as like more and more things go in. Even though it doesn't change the weight, Reginald's face just kind of
Yeah.
droops a little bit more.
Irina was kind of distantly listening, but when Irina starts watching you put all this stuff in this bag, she starts paying a lot more active attention. Like when the shovel goes in. Like her, you
I'm
see,
just, like,
you can see like her
fascinated.
eyes like kind of widen, and she like leans in to get a little bit better look from her spot over there.
It's not
Oh,
even
wow.
put in like vertically, it's put in horizontally.
Well, it has to fit through the mouth of the bag.
Yeah, it has to go through the mouth, so it just
Damn.
keeps going downwards though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Levin
I
starts
figured,
dumping. Levin has. He's not gonna do this, but imagine Levin dumps all of his like his alms and his sensors, and the 164 candles fall out of his bag. And he's got a
Mhm.
prayer book.
Oh,
This
boy.
just means it was a successful experiment.
That's all I'll put in. I didn't have that much. Everything else I can carry. I need it.
Yeah, I can
Oh.
carry all my stuff.
So it's not getting any heavier?
No, it's not. It'll stay about 15 pounds, no matter what.
Fascinating.
So you're no
Well-
longer encumbered.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Once
So-
like I said, a successful experiment.
Literally a weight off my back.
Yes, right. Well, I figure if I can do this with other objects, eventually magic should be much more accessible.
Mhm. Irina stands up and shoulders her bag and heads over. That is quite the impressive thing you have done. You should be proud of yourself. I have not seen such a make in Barovia ever before.
Oh, ever?
Ever.
Whoa.
I have heard
Reginald's
of
face looked a
items
little
which
red.
have these magical properties, but I have never seen them with my own eyes.
Well, I worked under a wizard for a portion of my life, so I've seen quite a few things. It's just, it's hard to make it work sometimes.
You must come from a very lively place.
Say so.
Well, anyways, I have made my preparations. If you are all ready to leave, we had best do so before the Vistani awake and threaten us with more hospitality.
Lead the way.
Alright, Archie will lead you back out of the path the way you came in. See, there is a footpath which continues to the northeast, which you'll explain. That just goes down to the base of the bridge. There is no path up from there. It is, I suppose, for those who want to go down to the riverbank themselves by the river, by where the bridge is. We must go back the way we came. So I'm going to leave you on the Vistani map for the moment. But we're going to be doing our travel. Alright, so
As we
you...
get walking on the road. As we get walking on the road, Reginald would be beaming real big. Because of what Irina said.
Mm-hmm.
All right, while we're walking, I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's a happy gnome.
Can somebody roll a d20 for me?
Yeah. Dude,
Natural
I got
20.
That does count
Wow.
as a d20. You are correct.
Okay, that's a wasted intelligence save.
Oops. Okay. It is Shazam. Oh, okay. This is technically before that spot, so that's okay.
What's going on here?
Getting attacked by 9 creatures.
Each of you roll a d10. As long as it's the same
Okay.
die, really, it shouldn't matter.
Damn, I'm rolling
Oh wow,
so
Elco
good.
got the big one. Elco, as you're all heading back up the river, You catch a glint of a little piece of cloth, which seems to be denoting a spot on a tree which has a little hole in it, where you see it looks like there's something inside. Wow.
Oh. I'll call out, hey, hold up for a sec. I want to check this out. I'll go over to the tree.
Mm-hmm. Roll
Okay.
a D100.
92.
92. You can see that. You can see that inside of this tree, someone has stuck a little pouch. It appears to be empty, and it also appears to be made of flesh with a sinew drawstring.
Never mind. I don't want to check this out anymore. I'm going to walk away.
That was not a very pleasing trinket I rolled there.
What did I miss?
I found a bag made
A
of
flesh
stuck
bag in
inside
a tree.
Kind
Cool.
of horrifying.
Is there anything in it?
No, it's empty.
I don't really want to touch it. You can.
Is it empty? Is what you said?
It is empty. Yes. It
Okay.
is a pouch made of flesh with a sinew drawstring.
Hmm.
So pretty small. It's just a pouch, but yeah, made of flesh.
Well, I'm gonna continue on because that's
Mhm.
weird.
Yeah.
Quite gross. Quite gross.
It's hanging in this tree.
It was just stuck in this tree. Someone hid it there, presumably. You can take it if you
Flesh
like,
bag.
Gross.
or you can leave it. It is a bag made of flesh. It's a pouch made of flesh.
I'm interested, but the fact that it's a flesh bag sounds gross, man.
Yeah. I presume
so
it's
I think
been.
I'm also gonna leave it.
Yeah, I presume it's been tanned or dried, so that's not, wet, fresh. But
Does
yeah.
it look like human flesh? Okay, wait, hold on. Is it like human flesh?
Well, I don't think you know what a human flesh bag would look like. But the answer is no. It looks like it's made of just some animal, probably. It's too small.
Oh,
and
that's
gamey.
fine. Okay, I'll take the flesh bag.
Okay, you can add that to your
I was
inventory.
expecting human flesh.
A pouch made of
That's
flesh
what
with
I
a
would
sinew
too.
drawstring. I don't know
Can I
why
look
you're taking
inside?
that. Yeah, it's empty.
Or is it? Oh. Never mind. I'll put this back.
It's empty.
I think I missed that it was empty. I
It
think I
is
missed
empty.
that line.
Everyone one by one is like, "What's inside?" Oh, it's empty. Put it back. It's gross. This flesh bag will spawn generations of rumors. Anyways, you continue on the
Good
road,
find, Elco.
and yeah, you eventually reach the intersection with the gallows again. Can somebody else roll a d20 for me?
I'll do
Sure.
it.
Oh, you got it.
I haven't rolled anything yet. There you go.
Okay. All right, all clear there. You can continue on, making your way now along the southwestern road, around a hill, and into an open section of rolling hills between the trees of the forest. Another d20 roll, please.
Guess I got this one. Yeah.
All right. Your travel is unbothered. You continue past the hilly section back into the forest proper as the road weaves around the steep hillocks and valleys of this region, going seemingly back and forth around itself as you weave through these trees. Another d20, please.
Nick, did I need to mark off a
No.
ration for you this? Or is
Oh.
that at nighttime or in the morning?
I don't know. Is that nighttime or morning?
Do that whenever you take a long rest. Do it at nighttime.
Okay, so we should be good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You make your way around a fairly steep hill, which is topped with more of these pine trees on the road, eventually coming to walk alongside the north end of the
I
hill,
didn't mean to do that. That's my bad.
with another valley dipping down to your the west, sorry. The hill is to your east. You can see down the hill in front of you, you can see the bridge, which was mentioned earlier, just beginning to appear in the distance, maybe a little under a mile's distance away from you now. One more d20 roll.
I got it.
Okay, how many d20s is that? 1 plus the stop. Reginald, you rolled a d10. No, you rolled a d20. I'm a liar. You just got a 10.
I just got a 10.
Just got a 10, yeah, okay.
Sorry.
That's that one. So it's now been 2 hours of travel by this point. Okay. You continue down the path, which meanders a bit until it eventually reaches the bridge, which you follow the dirt road as it clings to the side of a mountain and ends before an arching bridge of mold-encrusted stone that spans a natural chasm. Gargoyles cloaked in black moss perch on the corners of the bridge, their frowns weather-worn. On the mountainous side of the bridge, a waterfall spills into a misty pool nearly 1,000 feet below to your west. The pool feeds a river that meanders into the fog-shrouded pines that blanket the valley, back to where you know the Serpool encampment to be. It's a rather breathtaking view. You also know that that waterfall is the waterfall that the Vistani mentioned in his story as well. It is quite a drop.
Yeah, are we... I'm sorry, can you say one more time? Are we at the bottom or the top?
You're at the bridge. So you're at the top of the chasm. You see the waterfall is not right below you. You can just see it in the distance. It's about maybe half a mile away. But even that,
gotcha.
like, yeah, it's like on the side of a mountain. Like, there's a big mountain to your west from here. A mountainous range. You're currently heading north alongside the mountains.
There's not a tower on an island, is there?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Well, I will cross the bridge first.
Mm-hmm. Irina will take a moment to take in the view and also follow across the bridge.
It's like a rickety rope bridge.
No, this is a very grand stone bridge.
Ooh,
Got
okay.
gargoyles on it.
Mm-hmm. Mold-encrusted stone bridge. It's sort of slick with moisture, but not to the point where you're at risk of slipping and falling or anything.
All right, I'll go across the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep, you can all make your way across and continue into a sort of open expanse past it. In this sort of open section, you see that there are many hills, but even amidst these hills, you can see that there is additional mountains, one towering one towering further to the northeast in the direction the road is currently traveling, and then another one back to the southwest, past where that a waterfall is on the northern end of the mountain relatively. As you find yourself in some of these rolling hillock valleys between them all, amidst the pine trees. I need another d20 for 2.5 hours. 12, okay. No, wait, no, that's the old one. Wait, is it? No, it's not. It's fine either way.
No, that was
was
the old one.
That was the old one, okay. Okay.
So,
There's another one.
After further traveling, you see that even here in the mountains, the forest and the fog are inescapable. Ahead, the dirt road splits into two, widening toward the east. There you see patches of cobblestone, suggesting that the eastern branch was once an important thoroughfare. Irina will point at that road and go, "That is the way to Castle Ravenloft." She will point to the other road and go, "We will be heading that way." So
you cut out a little bit. What did you say?
it is.
Oh, sorry, I guess I cut out. Yeah, she points at the northeast road with the stones that imply it was a thoroughfare and goes, "That is the way to Castle Ravenloft." And she points at the other road which heads to the northwest and says, "We will be heading that way."
Okay.
To the northwest.
Mm-hmm.
Way.
You continue to the northwest and eventually come across a fairly similar looking site. Another large gate, very similar to the one that you first walked through when you first entered Barovia a couple of days ago now. High stone buttresses looming gray amidst the fogs, huge iron gates hanging on the stonework, dew clinging with cold tenacity to the rusted bars, and more statues flanking the gates on either side. And once again, the gates are closed.
Are there any watch guards?
Nope, only the statues.
Are these statues? Darn to annihilation has me questioning everything. Because they're gargoyles, but they're not. If I ritual cast detect magic,
You want to take 10 minutes to ritual cast detect magic in the road?
that's the thing, is I don't want to take 10 minutes, but I don't want to use a spell slot either.
Well, too bad.
It's too damn bad.
That's fine. If the gargoyles are evil, they'll just get us.
Yeah, I'll approach the gate and see if
Mhm.
it is motion activated.
In
Like the
a
last one.
getting a sense of deja vu, you approach and the gates squeal open on their rusty hinges once more.
I'll never get used to
I
that.
need to
That's
pass
weird.
through.
Things should not
Alright.
be out.
Irina kind of grabs her arm and shrinks into herself a little bit too. It's unnerving to say the least.
Alright, let's go.
They don't have those at home. You can all head through the gates, which will close shut behind you once more. Oh, I did not
So,
like
is
that.
this-
It feels like we're being watched.
Is this because this is like the gate that we went into.
Yeah, looks
To get
very
to
looks
Barovia,
similar.
right?
Yes, looks very similar to that first gate you went through.
But is this? I guess I don't remember if there were statues on both sides of the gate. Like if this is
I
us
think
leaving.
there were. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we don't know. With all the fog, we don't know if this was the same gate. I'm guessing.
Doesn't seem likely since the other one's in very thick forest and this one is more mountainous. But who knows? Could be weird magic.
Okay.
I need another D20, by the way, for 3.
Another one.
Yep.
Another one.
19. 19. Boop. Ooh.
On such a high roller.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh. As you all
Is that a
step
good ooh or a
forward
bad one?
into the wooded section beyond the gate, you hear a wolf's howl from the distance. Ooh.
Ooh.
Do you think that's just a normal wolf, or do you think it's a werewolf?
You know, get your silver ready just in case.
Yeah, I will have my rapier at the ready.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of like go near Irina just to like keep her kind of
Mhm.
protected.
Same.
All
And
right.
then we'll continue on, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Just keeping
You
a lookout for.
move to press on, and then you hear another howl, which sounds louder and closer than the last.
Another one.
Another one.
All right, everyone. Everyone, get ready. I believe they're on their way.
Let me see if I can gamer this up really quick, because I should have pressed it ahead of time, but I didn't. I'm a big
Oh, you're
dumb idiot. Give me a loading
I'll be
screen.
back in like 30 seconds.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, well,
Just-
it'll give Peter time to set up. So
Yeah.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Bathroom time.
I think that's the right size. These work. 50 page. Hey, that looks pretty good. Okay. We're gonna lock that placement. We're gonna put down my tokens, and we're gonna call it good. Okay. That's not too bad. Okay. I gotta load this up. What are your difficulties? Okay. I need to see how dangerous this is really quick. Ooh. You're at full strength. It's probably fine. Okay. And then I need this. Let me play a more engaging song while we're loading this really quick. Here, listen to this guy spit bars.
I like this song.
Yeah. This is my loading music now. Okay. Please hold. I should have said this. I should have set up the map itself ahead of time so I could just drop the tokens on. I've already got the map down. I just need to put the tokens down and we'll be good to go. I promise. Okay, so that's that. Oh, we don't want these on the map layer. That's not what we're looking for here. Token layer, please. Who cares? We're on the front. I want you to be on the token layer. There's a shortcut to do this. I do not know what it is offhand. Okay, there's not that many. He's doing it. He's spitting. Okay, and then I put you guys down.
Is this from Metaphor?
Yes, it is. The
Love
game's
that
awesome, by the way. Phenomenal game. Who did I not put down? Reginald. So don't see his stupid hat here. Okay, there we go.
Aw.
Is this from the new one?
There's only one metaphor.
Fantasio.
Yes.
Is there?
Yeah, it's a new
Why
IP.
am I thinking there's a second one?
I don't know, because there's not one. Okay, loading complete.
Eh?
Hello, behold.
Whoa.
Wow, check that out. Okay, please arrange yourselves in your traveling order for no particular reason.
I'm somewhere in the middle.
And I'll move Irina. You can tell Irina where to be in this traveling order too for the start. Like if you want
I'll
to
be
be by
right
somebody.
behind Arena.
Okay. Like that. You're traveling in this direction currently, if it makes a difference.
Okay.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Sorry.
Ah!
Hey, get off me.
I will.
I'll be like that. You can go back.
Oh.
I will simply stay where I am. Methinks.
Flanking
Wait,
Irina
this-
on all sides. You're doing a good job being a bodyguard.
Is there no one
Yeah.
behind me?
We take
Oh,
this shit
man.
seriously.
Alright, okay.
I said we were protecting Irina, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing that.
The howling will grow louder and more frequent. When it gets close, you can tell there is an unearthly undertone to it, as it is much louder and more bassier than you would expect, until eventually the source becomes apparent as you see several sets of dark eyes stalking you from the tree side. As they make themselves known, you see that you have drawn the attention of a pack of dire wolves. Dun dun dun.
Oh, dire wolves. Okay.
They're big.
Roll initiative, and I will play a song. I'll do this one. I love how this one sounds.
Of course, I
Initiative
get a
is-
1 as soon as combat starts.
Initiative is the only good roll that I can ever make.
Make sure you're
Initiative.
targeting your token. I didn't check if you were or not, but just do that anyways. Okay, 11 rolls. Alright.
Oh, it's a full pack of wolves.
That's right.
Grounded.
Okay, looks like Shadow is first. Shadow's not here. Gosh dang it. I gotta remember to clear this thing. Oh gosh, okay. Elco, Armsman Elco. Elco's really a 3.14. This one's fake. Reginald, there's a 4 and a 5. Reginald this time got a, where is he? A 5, so the 4 is a fake. I'm sorry. Benjiro got a 7, so that means that the good initiative roll is a fake. Sovanna got a 20, so the lower Sovanna is a fake. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, they're both the top. That's crazy. Get out of here. Get out. And then Levin got an 11. Because, like, your name. So that one's good, and you're a fake. Okay. Everyone should now only be on the initiative once they should be. Alright, so Sovanna is first. Alright, as the dire wolves
I hate that.
press in from the tree line. Yes, you don't like these, but you have the first reaction. So, what'll it be?
That's a wonderful question, DM. I am going to cast Bless on
Alright.
Levin, Elco, and Benji.
God bless.
Levin, Elco, and
Because
Benji.
something tells
Okay.
me they're gonna do the oodles of damage that I cannot. So.
Alright, you are blessed.
Get a jacket real quick.
You are blessed.
Oh.
And you are blessed. I gave you muscles. Whatever
yeah.
works. And you are
Thank you.
concentrating. Alright, you call upon the divine font of magic within you, and pull it forth, and you empower your friends with it, shoving the magic right into them. You now have the D4s for your attack rolls and such. Hooray! You have a bonus action movement if you wish to use it.
Other than that, I'll probably stay where I am and simply just continue to surround poor Irina.
Yes, Irina's stuck. Okay, some of the dire wolves are going to start moving in now. All right, so let me take a quick peep at this stat block. Make sure I know how they work. I'm pretty sure I do. Yes, indeed. All right, the dire wolves are going to leap from the tree line at once as a unit, several of them. They have plenty of movement, so they don't mind that.
Big.
This one is going to, it doesn't have much of a preference. It can see armor though, so what types of armor are Levin and Elco wearing? I know Elco's wearing like big metal. What's Levin wearing?
Leather.
Leather. It can definitely see that you are wearing leather instead of metal, which is easier to bite through, so it's going to target you. Behold, the rudimentary intelligence of a wolf. It will bite. It gets a 21. I should turn off my roll to self. Oh, I had it off already. Never mind. All right, Sentinel. You can use your reaction to attack it back. 22 definitely hits. Yes.
Yikes.
All right, 4 slashing damage. You land a grazing cut as this wolf snarls and, like a dark shadow, bounds out of the tree line, snapping its jaws right at Levin. A 21 will certainly be your armor class of 14, if I'm reading that right. So Levin, you will take 10 piercing damage. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh,
A 6. All right.
D4
As
is not
this
gonna help
dire
that.
wolf bites down on your arm, you feel a small fracture as the teeth sink into you, and then it rips its head downwards, pulling you to the ground as you are knocked prone.
owie.
Okay. This direwolf is going to jump in from the other side, like so. Benjiro, what type of armor are you wearing? And Reginald, what type of armor are you wearing?
Chain shirt.
Reginald?
Studded leather.
Irina's wearing a breastplate.
Yeah,
It's
studded
going to
leather.
go for the guy wearing the studded leather. So it's going to bite.
If it hits, I want to do that.
Okay, alright. There's a 14 hit, Reginald. Looks like the answer is yes.
It
normally.
does.
Okay. So when a creature
It
you see
does,
targeting with
okay.
5 feet, you can use the action to reduce the damage
Just
by 1
wait, what
tenth
is
efficiency
this?
bonus. So you can reduce the damage. So you're using a shield or a simple martial weapon. Yeah, okay, that's pretty hard not to do.
Yep.
Alright, so you can roll that die. It got 11 for the damage. 7. Alright, so Reginald, you'll take 4 damage total. As the shield interposes and it keeps
Okay.
the wolf from biting on your arm too hard. But I do still need you to make a strength save.
Right.
14. Somehow, how does that work? You do not get knocked prone by the creature twice your size, apparently. You just keep your footing. It's not, so it's because it's too tall. It's having a hard time pulling you down to the ground because you're shorter than it.
I'm so much shorter.
Yeah, it's
You know,
it's difficult
Some
for it.
people say
You're
that.
already on the ground.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and
Really,
then
size matters not.
this dire wolf gonna jump out
So
of the tree
true.
line. It wants to attack somebody that it has a wolf next to already because of its pack tactics, which is really everybody currently. So I'll need armor again. Elco, you're all wearing metal now. So what? It's chainmail for Benji, breastplate
Yeah.
for you, and then what's Elco wearing?
Gale.
Scale mail. Okay. I gotta check out. I think that is it chain mail or chain shirt?
I have a chain shirt.
You have a chain shirt. I think that's the softest armor of those options. Yes, it is. So it's going to target
Yeah.
Benjiro. It has advantage because of pack tactics, because it's a wolf, and that's what wolves have. Gonna bite. 17.
That is exactly my armor class.
All right, it's going to bite down on your arm. You'll take 8 piercing damage. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Strength.
17. All right, it tries to rip you down to the ground, but you give it a smack with your shield and knock it off your arm before it can pull you down to the ground. Levin's turn. You just got knocked to the ground by this dog. All right, you can use half your movement to stand back up. Boop.
All right, I'm not gonna move, but I am. Is that an action to stand up?
It's half your movement in 5th edition.
All right, so I'm gonna reach out and see if I can cast Inflict Wounds on the wolf.
All right, so go ahead and make that attack roll against the dire wolf. I assume it's the one next. Whoa! Okay. All right, that's a crit.
That's gonna be a
Cool.
lot of damage.
Yeah, so you can click the damage and it'll automatically roll twice as many dice.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
Wow, wowie, 30. Is that 32?
Believe
clerics.
so. No, 34, right?
34.
Oh, 34.
Yeah.
Okay, it had 33 health left, so that kills it.
Ooh.
God, I love clerics.
All right,
Our
yeah. So
God
you
is
manage to,
awesome.
as the dog is descending on you, you stick your hand up and your magic goes directly into its throat, and there's just sort of an explosion of fur and viscera as its neck just bursts outwards, and it coughs up blood before quickly slumping over from the bloodlust. That doggy is
Alright.
dead.
He's gonna look very upset. He's gonna wrench the leather around his arm
At
and
the
then shake
blood
himself off.
explosion. Yeah. Gross. You still have a bonus action if you wish.
All right, he is gonna move here.
And your movement. Yep, can do. Okay. All right. All done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then the other 2 dire wolves, late joiners, but they will join nevertheless. This one is going to jump out of the tree line over to here. Sovanna, what type of armor are you wearing? Is it just leather? No, that was what Levin was wearing. I don't think I've asked you yet.
Don't know if I can wear any armor.
Oh,
I
that's
don't
right,
have
you're a
any.
sorcerer. You might be
Yeah.
wearing no armor.
Yeah, I'm just wearing clothes.
Okay, yeah, it's definitely going to target you, that being the case, so it's going to make an attack roll.
Yeah, I'm in grave danger.
Uh-oh.
No.
15.
That'll do it. Yeah.
Alright, it bites down on your arm. You'll take 10 piercing damage, and you must make a strength save.
You got it, boss. I got a -1.
0.
Oh
you go prone.
That'll do it.
You go extra
Yeah.
prone.
Should
So
I
prone you're
roll for the concentration?
Yes, you do need to roll for the concentration. DC 10
That's,
Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
16. All right. Despite the burning pain in your arm, you do manage to maintain your concentration on your
I'm
spell.
so locked in. I'm so locked in.
Through the first dire wolf attack, that is. The second dire wolf attack comes over.
I'm not locked in.
This one has advantage because you're prone and there's allies next to you.
Damn it all.
With its pack tactics. So I got, my first roll was a 7. My second roll was a 24.
Well,
So it does hit. The good news is, though, is that I did not roll very good damage. You'll take 6 piercing damage. As this one comes
Wow,
over and
only
harries your
6?
leg, yeah. You still have health left.
Oh my god.
thanks.
Alright, next
Ever so
initiative
generous.
is Benjiro.
Oh my god. I can't get to you right now, Sovanna. I am so sorry.
you're a little sidetracked.
I'm surrounded by wolves.
Wolves.
I am going to
What a
attack
nightmare.
this one. Yeah, I'm gonna attack that one to hopefully get rid of some wolf tactics for that one. We'll
Alright.
see. We'll see how it
Pack
goes.
tactics is so fun whenever you're actually just wild shaped into a direwolf. It's not fun when you have to fight them.
Oof.
An 11 does not hit, no.
I'm getting
Dang.
some water.
Can I use my inspiration? since
You
we're almost
sure
down to
can. You
7?
did that artwork, so you have one. I think it was an artwork.
And I did an artwork
you-
and a journal.
And a journal. That's right. You did many things. All right, 22 does hit. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm gonna divine smite.
Okay, all right. You divine smite. All right. You charge your rapier with holy energy, and kablam! It bursts outwards as it glows. It does some extra damage to the direwolf. Total 15 damage. You leave a nice well of blood pooling from where you struck it with your rapier, but it looks still determined to attack.
I have so many things that are actions and not enough things that are bonus actions.
Welcome to 5e.
I hate 5e.
If
Get me
only
out of
there
here.
was a system. I'll be quiet.
Hey, that's okay. I don't like bonus actions at all.
What if they were all just actions and you could use them how you wanted? That's crazy. Anyways, anything else?
That's right.
That's it. Cause yeah, I don't.
All right, Reginald.
All right. I'm gonna pull out of my bag this little. I don't know if it's out of my bag. I haven't quite decided what these look like yet, but
Well, it's an action to pull out of your bag of holding, so I'd hope
this
not.
one for right now. No, I'm just
Normal
it's just
bag.
flavor. I don't actually have an item.
Okay.
It's not actually an item. I'm gonna use my artillerist thing.
All right, you pull out your gun. No, I'm just kidding.
No, it's not a gun.
No.
A girl can dream.
Isn't it like a
It's not
wand?
a gun.
I don't remember.
I can eventually use an arcane firearm, but this is the Eldritch Cannon.
Yes.
But so basically it just magically creates a cannon. I haven't quite decided what I want it to look like, but I'm going to do the
Mhm.
protector one, and I
Okay.
think this one's going to look like one of Reginald's toys. I just don't know where he keeps them or gets them from. But this one is like a little
Okay.
armored,
Mm-hmm.
basically an armadillo, and it's going to roll up into his hand and emit a burst of positive energy, it says, that grants itself and each creature of my choice within 10 feet a number of temporary hit points equal to 1d8 plus
Ooh.
my intelligence modifier
All right, where do you put it down at?
in my hand.
Oh, it's just
It's a
in your
tiny
hand.
eldritch
Okay,
cannon.
so just in your
The
space.
tiny one can be in my hand. Yeah.
Okay, you can just hold it. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just do a tiny one. Well, it can also move on its own, but it's small enough that I can hold it.
Yeah. I'm getting sidetracked, but it's fine because I think it'll be worth it. Give me 1 second.
Getting an armadillo. There are technically 3. So I was
Okay.
thinking one would be an armadillo or a turtle, one of
Mhm.
the two. I think armadillo sounds fun. And then one's probably going to be a dragon. It's going to be the one that breathes fire. And the one might
Well,
be like a lizard that shoots
I'll work on
blasts
the
out of
other
its
ones in a
mouth. Anyways.
second, but for right now, here's an
The
armadillo.
point is that 10 feet, I can I can get everybody except for 11, and we can all get 1d8 plus my intelligence
There you go.
modifier
There he
of
is.
temp HP. So what's my int modifier? It is 3, so 1d8 plus
There we go.
3. So 9 temp
Armadillo.
HP to everybody except 11. 11's outside of the
Thank you.
Don't
range.
mind
That's
if I
pretty
do.
good, yeah.
Actually, I bet. Wait, can it move with the bonus action? Hold on. Oh, it can. As part of the same bonus action, it can walk or climb, provided it has legs. Armadillos have legs.
They
I'm
do.
gonna have it climb
I love armadillos.
into shit. What's her name? Irina.
Irina.
Space.
You
Because
better
then
learn
I
that
can
name
get
real quick.
everybody. Then I can get everybody.
Ooh. Does Irina get the temp HP too?
Yeah, she does.
Ooh, it's 9 temp HP. Don't mind if we do.
Yep, because I think I don't have a limit. I can just... Yeah, each creature of my choice within... Technically, the armadillo also gets temp HP. But yeah, anyways, that's my turn. That's what I got.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, this little armadillo comes out and emits a protective aura of magic. Little armadillo scoots sort of translucently appear around each of you, ready to take some damage for you. That's what they're called. The little shell pieces are called scoots.
Really?
I know that from Minecraft.
That's cool.
Armsman Elco's
Yeah,
turn.
I'd learned that from Minecraft.
That's right.
Okay, I want to use my bait and switch maneuver, which doesn't take an action, surprisingly. Just learned that. Just 5 feet of my movement. So I'm gonna swap places with Sovanna. Because
Weird.
she's
Yeah.
not incapacitated.
True.
And
She
then
just rolls and you jump over her.
Yep.
Pretty much. Okay. Yeah.
Sovanna, your AC goes up by 4 until the end of my next
Are you
turn.
willing, Sovanna? You
Very.
you didn't ask for consent, Nick. Okay, there you go.
We're in the middle of combat. Please move.
Perfect.
Okay, and then I will fight the wolves. I'm gonna do a. Yeah, I'll just do an attack. Does an 8 hit?
An 8 does not hit. No.
I'll
You
use
swing your
my
glaive and.
inspiration.
Whoa! Never mind. Go gadget inspiration. That's much better. That definitely hits.
20.
Yes.
All right, I'm hitting the one up top.
All right,
6
this
slashing
one.
damage.
6 slashing damage. Bam. You land a blow against the creature on its side. You see as its fur begins to be stained crimson.
And then I'm gonna use my action surge to do another attack.
Ooh, all right. Pulling out all its stops.
Yeah, I want to do a lunging attack to increase my reach by 5 feet, which I don't really
Alright.
need to do. But now my reach
have a
is
glaive.
15 feet.
All right.
So I'm gonna hit this one over here.
All right. Attacking over Sovanna, who's still on the ground. A 20.
20
Another
again.
same roll. Yep, that'll hit. Shabam.
For
That's a
17
lot of
damage.
damage. Yep. All right. You land a
you
very
go.
solid hit on that one. You see
Alright,
that its posture
and-
lists to the side as you have injured it pretty heavily. Yeah.
I think that's it.
All right. Last but not least is Irina, who will draw her rapier and will yell, "Back, you beasts! I will not succumb to the likes of you!" And is going to attack probably the one you just hit with her rapier to follow up on the opening that you made. Not the best fighter in the world, but can try. A 10 is not going to hit the armor class, though. The dire wolf will sort of sidestep out of the way as she strikes out with her rapier at it. That's a miss. Sorry, Irina. With that, we're at the top of the initiative with Sovanna, who's prone but alive.
Well, she's gonna get up.
Alright, I'll unupside down you. Oop, still a little crooked.
Yippee.
There you go.
Just a little wobbly, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are going to I'm gonna try Word of Radiance. I've never used this cantrip before. I can that one. Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I believe.
just go
Yeah,
ahead and-
each
there we go.
of your choice.
That's
You can
what I
see
was
within
trying to do.
range, so it's within 5 feet of you. So it'll just be this dire wolf. Must make
Yeah.
a con save
Alright.
or take 1d6 radiant damage. All right, so make a save. Constitution. I get a 19.
Well, that'll pass, I assume.
Oh, yeah. You cast your cantrip, and the your skin glows bright for a moment before a sort of bursting outwards in a sort of pulse of divine magic, washing harmlessly over your allies. This direwolf will turn their body to shield themselves from the brunt of the attack and will come away unscathed.
Well, other than that, I'm probably going to. I mean, with my my 9 temporary HP. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and cast a healing word on myself for that. Yeah, that does a bonus action.
That's
Yes,
a good
yes.
idea. You're
Yeah.
looking pretty low.
Yeah.
Just a bit. So I gotta.
Got bitted.
Oh, there we go.
Mm-hmm.
There we
Ooh,
go.
nice.
Get myself some
I
healing.
might have to move your health bars to be above your head so it matches the NPC health bars because they kind of overlap, don't they? I'll do it later.
Yeah.
7 hit points back to Sovanna.
And then that will be my
All
turn.
right. The direwolves again. This one is no longer an initiative. Get out of here. All right, the 2 direwolves by Benjiro. I believe we established this one is going to continue trying to attack Reginald with its bite, with advantage because of the pack tactics. It's going to bite. 23.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah, that'll
that's a
hit.
pretty nasty
Oh.
damage roll.
Interception.
That's a good idea.
Huppa.
Roll that die.
I need to
Aw.
remember I have this thing. Okay. Wow.
I need to remember I have shield.
5.
Five. All
What was the
right.
damage?
It was 13, so now it's 8 damage.
Doesn't even break my temp HP.
And I need you to make another strength saving throw.
Oh, okay.
A 5.
I'm prone.
It knocks you down to the ground. Oh, yep, thank you. You told yourself.
Yeah, I know how to turn
Okay.
the token.
This direwolf over here is going
His
to try to
mustache
bite
looks pretty funny from this
Sovanna,
angle.
seeing that you are not wearing metal, which is hard for it to bite through. So, a bite.
Like,
I got... You do not have another direwolf next to it, though. Maybe we should have attacked Benjiro instead. It would have missed either way. I got an 8. So,
Okay,
yeah, if it attacked
cool.
Benjiro, then it would have had advantage, but it would have missed the advantage because the other one's a 16, your AC is 17. So it misses either way.
Yeah.
We'll say it attacks Sovanna, even though it probably should have attacked Benjiro instead because of the pack tactics thing he has going on. Yeah, so it misses. It tries to bite at you, but you were able to pull out of the way of its fearsome jaws. Levin Vosk is next in initiative.
All right. Since it worked so well last time, we're gonna try to inflict wounds again.
All right, sounds good. You
15.
just above. Bam! I moved your health bar. A 15 does hit the direwolf.
16.
16. Ooh, 16 damage. All right, yeah. You reach out your hand and more lacerations explode across this wolf's side, causing it to lose a lot of blood. But it is still alive, albeit limping, and very weakened by this point.
Cool. I don't have anything else.
Okay, after you are additional dire wolves. The other two at the top part. Yeah. So this one is gonna sidle over to there. Sorry, it's not that one's turn yet. The other one goes first. So this one is going to attack Reginald because Reginald is prone and not wearing armor and etc. 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 So it's going to make an attack against Reginald.
Sentinel that
Advantage.
one.
It did hit with a 23, so you can smack him back. 22 does hit. 11 slashing damage. All right, you retort with an attack of your own, dealing 11 slashing damage. Reginald,
Since
you
attack
will.
roll was 23.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that is.
you'll take 7
your
piercing
rolls-
damage from its jaw. Or from what?
Are they meant to be hidden right now, or is mine messed up?
I think
Should
they're
be
just
able to see
they're
them?
hiding. I think they're just being hidden because of
Oh,
how
okay,
this
okay.
macro thing works, which is probably for the
Just
best.
checking.
I
How
haven't
much
been able to
damage?
do that
Sorry.
for the one, but I think this macro that came with this module, Curse of Strahd, I believe just makes them hidden automatically, which is probably good because it keeps names and things secret just in case. So
How much
don't worry,
damage?
I'm not lying. I promise. It is 7 piercing
No, I
damage.
believe you. Got it. Okay.
All right. The other direwolf is going to now do what it says. It's going to move over here to be in a better position to attack everybody. Now everybody has allies next to them. And it is going to attack Sovanna because Sovanna is unarmored. It's going to bite! 11! No, it's 24. Sorry, it has advantage. Pack tactics.
Awesome. Great. Amazing.
I got a
What kind of
fat
damage am I
roll.
taking, boss?
14 piercing damage.
Okay.
Pretty good. Pretty good damage.
So
And
that takes away
another
all of the
strength
9
save.
HP.
It'd be 5 off your normal HP after the temp HP. And
I'm
you're
so
prone
good at strength
again.
saves.
But
Let
you're not
me...
super...
Nobody is blessed anymore.
Oh, the bless goes away too.
Oh,
The
Yeah.
magic slips
And
from your
then-
mind and the blessings fade. I will let you take
There you
those
go.
muscles off of yourselves, everybody.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
took all the temp
muscles.
HP.
we're back to Benjiro.
Ah,
I have shit in
okay.
Barovia.
I'm gonna try to kill the one that looks pretty low
All right,
over
Go
here.
for it.
I'm gonna try to stab it. God damn it.
a 12. I do not. No, it does not hit. No. It's your blade gets caught in its tangled and matted, gnarled fur. The very thick hide. Anything else?
Nope.
Marshals, Reginald's turn.
Ah, I'll stand up.
Alright, you arise.
Let's go ahead and do the little shield again because I know I'll do that. 3, 6 for those who no longer have temp HP, or if it's higher than theirs, you now get 6.
Yeehaw.
Temp HP.
And what does this do? Again. Impact solid surface. That's not really what I want. I'm just gonna try to stab. Oh, I guess actually both these wolves are. Let's go with this one, the South Wolf.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to stab with my dagger.
Alright, sounds good. Pull out your dagger.
Dagger. 17.
17 does hit, yes.
Stab, stab, stab. 6.
Alright, you get a good piercing stab in with your dagger. You feel it bounce against its rib cage. Pull it back.
That's my turn.
Alright, Elco is next.
Okay, I'm gonna attack this one. I keep swinging over Sovanna as she's on the ground.
It keeps being
I'm
prone.
gonna do that again.
I love
Alright.
being useful.
Here comes the blade.
Noblesse.
No
So
bless.
just a 15.
A 15 does hit though.
Okay.
Alright.
4 slashing
That's how
damage.
much health it had left, so that's good
Oh,
enough.
thank God.
Okay,
Okay.
goodness.
Alright,
I was
you're
gonna
able
say,
to
it's a rough
Bring
roll.
the glaive down and it bites into the meat of its neck, and that is the end of that one.
Can I move through Sovanna's space?
You can move through ally space, they just count as difficult terrain.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, and I'm gonna
Okay.
say.
These two
can I-
dire wolves are going to opportunity attack you.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Alright, so first dire wolf is going to be the one over here, because of how it be. It gets a... They're definitely allies within 5 feet of you. It gets a 19 to hit you.
That hits.
You'll take 9 piercing damage and need a strength save.
There's my temp.
Alright,
18.
You are not knocked prone, and then when you move to that space, the other dire wolf will try and take a bite at you as you step away from it. That one gets an 11. That will not hit.
Nope.
Okay, alright, continue.
Okay. Sovanna, come over here. I'm gonna try to bait and switch again.
Okay.
Another time.
Are you cool with that?
Aye, aye.
All right, let's swap spots. And then your AC goes up by 7. That's a lot.
Yeehaw. Let's hope
Yeehaw.
a wolf doesn't roll a 24 again.
Yeah, that's
Oops.
happened sometimes. Okay,
Oopsies.
that's it.
All done, okay. Irina is going to, seeing that Sovanna is very injured, is going to stow her rapier and pull out some of her medical supplies, and is going to very quickly patch you up with her action.
Cool.
You can have, ooh, that's pretty good. You can have 9 hit points back.
DM, you're so generous.
I'm also the wolves. Irina's the one being nice. I'm not being nice.
I'm also the wolf.
Also the wolves.
Don't give
Such a
up here. We
manipulative
can
relationship.
do this. It is now your turn, Sovanna.
Oh, well, I'm gonna get up.
Uh-huh. Tends to
Um,
be a good thing.
yeah.
Whoop.
And we are going to do something that doesn't just take a saving throw this time. because
Changing to song.
That just, yeah.
Ooh.
Which one seems to be doing the least good? Well,
I
actually,
think you can see their relative health bars, right?
yeah. I'm trying to decide if I want to go for the highest HP or the lowest. I'm probably gonna see if I can just kill one of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt on this bad
It's the one where he
boy.
spits the fire. Alright, sounds good.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
23 definitely hits, and 11 radiant damage. That's pretty good. All right, it's definitely close, and it's now glowing. All right, the bolt blasts it, and a faint outline appears amidst the shadows of the tree line.
So, anyways, I started blasting,
That's right.
and then I kept my ass right where I am.
All right,
I'm
you
not...
did not move. Okay.
I'm not gonna move.
Dire Wolves, just one right now, is going to go again. It's going to, Snarl is going to make one last lunge towards Reginald. Dire Wolves are bloodthirsty and not inclined to flee when low on hit points, unless other things. Bite! I got a 13.
That doesn't hit.
That is one below your AC. Indeed, you're able to pull mostly out of the way, and then some of the studs on your leather scrape past its teeth as it tries to bite down on your shoulder, but not today. Levin, Vosk is next. That reminds me, you're a gnome, you're small.
I'm small.
Not that small.
I'm not that small.
Not that small.
He's tiny.
They changed how this works. This is not the same controls as how I previously made things small. They messed it
Usually you
all up.
hold Alt, you can make it like
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Now he's a little small.
little
Anyways,
smaller.
it's Levin's turn.
They use the same spell, so and I'm doing well with inflict wounds, so I guess I'm gonna inflict wounds again.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Watch it not do anything. 13.
13 misses.
Oh,
Yeah.
This
the
time
problem
it
with
jumps
the
out of the
spell.
way of your magic as it goes off, and it dissipates into the foggy air. Unfortunately.
high risk, high reward.
My other spell was guiding bolt. That always misses for me too.
All hit or miss.
Yeah.
Cleric stuff.
Alright.
You have bonus action and movement should you so desire.
Hold on, I'm gonna see my channel divinity. Channel divinity is in action, correct?
Yes, it is. Unless it's
Yeah,
not.
it's in action.
But I don't think it is.
I was gonna use Path to the Grave, but I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Alright, so anything else or all done?
We're good.
All done. Alright, the other two dire wolves will now go. This one will attack Reginald, that one will attack Levin. It is the one attacking Reginald first, so it's going to make a bite against Reginald. I get a 23 against Reginald.
Yeah, that'll hit.
It's a good thing you have 10
These are all-
HP, because I got 14
Does it
piercing
say?
damage.
They're either low or really high.
Yep.
Nothing in
14
between. Like I have
piercing
shield, I just
damage.
haven't been able to use it.
And I
Alright,
need
so
a
that-
strength save.
Go down to 8. Or, I'm sorry, minus 8 damage. Go down to 6.
Alright.
Strength save.
You do
We're
not
still
go
up, though.
prone. Alright, once again, too short. The other dire wolf
What though?
is Elco
I
is
missed.
sentineling it and it misses. Okay. A missed swing over Reginald's and Irina's head.
I was
and then-
sentineling the other one, but yeah.
Oh, this one right now? Okay. A missed swing next to Levin. It's going to attack Levin. It might not hit. If you can't hit, you can't use Sentinel. It hit. I rolled that. Oh,
it
wait,
just has
wait.
to attack.
Oh, okay. It's attacking Levin. You got lucky. My second roll was a natural 20, but it does not currently have advantage because you killed the other wolf.
Ooh.
So, good for you. You do not get crit on. However, a 20 will still hit you, I believe, Levin.
Yes.
So you will still take 10 piercing damage and a need a strength save.
Okay. That
Crunch,
takes
crunch,
my
crunch.
temp
10
HP
HP out.
away.
A 12, you're going prone again. Woo! It will bite your arm and it will pull you down to the ground. No escape. Benjiro.
I'm gonna try to finish this one off again.
Alright, go for it.
You have advantage from guiding bolts.
Yay.
You do.
Believe in you.
A 20 does hit. Yes, you may roll damage.
Please die.
Oh,
I have bad news.
no.
Smite,
One
smite,
hit point.
smite,
Smite.
smite.
I got
You can't smite after you see damage. That's cheating. This one is
Yeah,
still
Reginald can
alive,
do
but
it.
just barely.
I'll try. I'll do my
Anything
best.
else for your turn?
No, I got none.
No. Okay, Reginald is next.
Temp HP 5.
All right, 5 temp HP. Refresh for
Whoever
everybody.
needs the temp HP, yeah, I was gonna say whoever needs it. Let's try that knife again. It worked pretty well.
That will hit,
and that's
and
on
it
the
has
on the south one.
Yeah, it has 1 hit point left, so I'll do it. Yep.
Ah!
Yep. All right, Reginald
Stab,
slays the
stab.
dire wolf with the knife.
Yeah.
You get up all under
Silver
there and you
dagger.
stick your knife in there, and the wolf yelps out in pain, and then it is dead.
Right to the jaw. All right, it's my turn.
Ouch.
Over.
Elco.
Okay, here we go. I'm
So he
moving
tried to
here
bite
now.
me.
5, 10. I'm moving here. Reginald, swap me.
Sure.
This dire wolf is going to opportunity attack you.
Fair
Sure,
enough.
I'll swap you. I'll go. Yeah.
I got a
Sure.
10. No.
Nope. Okay,
10.
Reginald, you. Whoa, what the hell?
What the heck?
Extra AC.
Yeah, just in case you get an extra 4 AC. Actually, no, I get an extra 4 AC. I don't think you're gonna get attacked. I'm keeping it. Okay, and then I'm gonna use. I'm out of superiority die, so I'm just gonna attack this one now.
All right, normal attack.
17.
That does hit.
8 damage. End
All right.
turn.
Pretty good.
I like Battlemaster. I haven't done this before.
It's
very
cool,
fun.
isn't it? It's nice.
Bait and
Especially with
switch is-
Sentinel. There's so many things to think about.
Oh yeah, no. I
Bait
mean,
and
I
switch
played
is
that
cool.
Warforged. Remember that game back in college?
Oh, yeah, I remember
played
that
the
game.
Warforged. I like that. That game was interesting, but I like playing the robot. That was
was
a
interesting.
fun character for a lot of reasons. Battlemaster Sentinel was one
Yep.
of them. Irina
It's me.
Kolyana. Everybody's looking. No, Reginald's bad now. Okay, she's gonna heal you, Reginald. She's gonna pull out her medical tools again. Is gonna patch you
take
up
it.
and give you some salve. Bam. She's rolling real good on these today. All right, you get today. It's the first time I've ever done it. You get 8 hit points.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right, she can do that to each of you 1 time a day. So Reginald and Benjiro, no, Sovanna have both been treated today. All right, Sovanna's turn.
We ball. Guiding bolt level 2 on this one.
Please
All right,
hit.
level 2.
Please
All
hit.
right, the big bolt
Yeah,
coming in.
I'm crossing my fingers just as much as you.
Don't mess it up. Oh, you messed it up.
Oh.
Ooh, you missed.
Oof.
But that doesn't hit.
Uh-oh.
I fall to my knees.
It's over. The direwolf does sidestep your bolt of light, which careens off into the darkness of the woods. Swallowed up. All done? For bonus action movement.
Yeah. Well,
Ooh.
yeah, I'll be done for now.
Okay. Levin Vosk.
All right. He's standing back up. Whoop, I didn't mean to move, but I guess I'm there now.
Okay.
Standing-
Oops. I'll unprone you.
Hold on.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
Now we're moving here.
Okay, now you move there.
And then he's gonna once again afflict wounds
All right, we be inflicting wounds.
on this guy. High level cast.
All right, the level 2 spell slots are coming out.
No, 4. I'm a 7.
A 7 does not hit, no. The wolves seem to have gone on the defensive with the death of their third fellow packmate and are now sidling away from you all, causing your attacks to begin to miss. They are now focusing more on dodging. Anything else for Levin?
No, but he is
Okay.
gonna move there so the wolf doesn't attack Irina.
All right. These 2 dire wolves are going to lower their heads, snarl, and then they are going to turn around and they are going to bound back off into the woods.
Wow.
Yep.
We outnumber them. I mean, we always did, but
All right, they're out of here. The remaining dire wolves retreat. All right, congratulations, you have survived a random encounter. Yay!
well,
Woo.
well, all right.
I'm gonna help Sovanna to their feet. And Levin. I'll put my hand out for both of them. They were both sideways.
Irina stows her medical supplies that she was using. Although I usually had the advantage of a defensible manner before. It is not anything I have not faced before. It is not anything I will not overcome again.
I'm gonna pump that armadillo again, giving everyone 11 temp HP.
Whoa.
Pump that armadillo.
Yeehaw. That armadillo's a real one.
Mm-hmm.
Which of you is
Yeah.
looking worse? Is it Reginald?
I'm missing 10 of my hit points. I'm 14 out of 24.
I
Whoever-
have more than I started with.
Whoever you don't get, I can get.
Okay. I will.
I can also just cast Prayer of Healing if you want me to.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Prayer of
can. I'll do that.
healing.
If you like, you can take 10 minutes for the prayer of healing to go through. Sure.
Yeah, I'll
I'm
keep a
good.
watch to see if those wolves are gonna come back.
Mm-hmm. You can keep your eyes peeled. It does not seem like they are coming back. They're scampering off into the woods to lick their wounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Prayer of Healing.
Nice.
It's
I
11.
think that'll top everybody off.
Yes.
Sweet.
All right, as the chant finishes, divine healing magic will flow through and restore you all. Yay. Alright.
That's where we will.
If you're all done with your
Stop for
post-combat
tonight,
stuff,
or-
then yes, it most certainly is. It is late. It is late.
All right.
Sweet.
Good, because
I was debating if I should do that fight right when I rolled it, or if we should save it for next time. I think I'm glad I did what I did, though.
Yeah, I like fights.
All
Yeah,
right,
it was good.
that's that.
That's Barovia.
That's Barovia, baby. End screen for the thing. Okay. All right. As a reminder, next week, Thursday, I can't do the game then because I'm at a wedding thing. We could look at rescheduling, but I think the only time and day that we could really do that would be Tuesday. I don't know if that would work for people or not.
I
we could
cannot
just-
on Tuesday. I know
All right,
I
we could-
cannot, no.
We can just miss next week. That's fine. All right. So no
A
game
your
next week.
wedding. Congratulations.
It's not mine.
Oh.
that.
We'll
Yeah,
have
it'd
fun
be
at
weird
your
if you were
brother's
getting-
wedding.
I will.
It'd be weird if you're getting married. I feel like we should
Yeah,
have known.
especially to your brother. That'd be really
It was
weird.
a
Yeah, that'd be really
secret.
It's will probably
Do
be
better.
awkward timing because if I think about it, it's next week and the week after. I think I'm at my family reunion. But if you guys want to do one without me,
Oh.
that's fine too.
Yeah, we can't miss every single time just one person's gone. But I am the
Well,
only
next
second
week, though.
because it's hard to do
Next
that.
week, the one person is the DM. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
No,
doesn't work that way.
I appreciated waiting for this one because we got kind of the introduction to the area and everything.
Yeah, I
We got
think
to meet.
you got some of your
Yeah.
foundational stuff here. I think it's good everyone was here for this one. But from now on, I think we
Yeah.
can. I think if one person's gone, it'll be fine because we're gonna be building on to this. So it'll make a lot more sense than missing the first one, being like,
Yeah.
wait, what? Fortunes? Who's this redhead chick? What?
Yeah, I really wanted to make sure that the first session we had everyone because I knew that kind of stuff was gonna come up.
Yeah.
No, I think that was good.
Yeah. All right. And recording. Wait, what do I say? I say it's